It's a new year, y'all. And for me, I've never been one to do resolutions. I do solutions. And for the past almost 2 years, I've been drinking AG1 every single day, thanks to my brother, Dr. Andrew Huberman, who turned me on to this incredible product. Every day, every morning, no exceptions. Just one scoop and a glass of water. They also make packs that you can travel with. That's been very, very helpful for me as a active touring person. Having these packets with me all around the world has been really, really helpful. So if you're a musician or somebody that is always on the go, the travel packs are incredible. AG1 delivers my daily dose of vitamins, minerals, and pre and probiotics. It's very powerful, it's very healthy, and it's really simple, man. Healthy aging shouldn't feel complicated. The thought of taking multiple supplements and all these types of vitamins and stuff and powders, it's truly exhausting for me. I've never been one to take a lot of multivitamins anyway throughout my whole life. I always prided myself in just eating vegetables and eating all the stuff I need naturally, not in a pill form. So this is incredible. It covers my nutrient gaps. It supports my mental and physical health. AG1 is hassle-free, 60 seconds every morning. It's the high-quality ingredients of pre and probiotics, adaptogens and antioxidants, and whole food sourced nutrients. I drink it every single day. Every batch of AG1s goes through rigorous testing processes, and their ingredients are sourced for absorption, potency, and nutrient density. If there's one product I can suggest to you guys, is the AG1s, man. This has been a life changer for me. So go to ag1.com/OLLC and you can get a free 1-year supply of vitamin D3 and K2 and 5 free AG1 travel packs with your first purchase. With AG1, I know I'm getting essential brain, gut, and immune health support, vitamins, probiotics, and nutrients for the day, and it's helped my mental and physical. So if there's one thing I can recommend to you guys, it's AG1s. It's my nutritional insurance. I pride myself as almost being 54 years old, not going to the doctor all the time. Knock on wood. I've been healthy my whole life and try to strive to be a healthy person, stay young, stay full of energy, and still do the things I love that I did as a kid. That's why I still skateboard, play music, exercise. So start the year off right. AG1, ag1.com/OLLC. Yo, Liquid Death, thank you so much for hydrating all my guests, taking care of me and my family and my friends. Love your water, love your brand, love what you stand for, love what you give back to the community. If you want to learn more about Liquid Death and how it started, listen to episode 115 with the co-founder, owner, and creator of Liquid Death, Mike Cesario. Just a punk rock skateboarding kid from Delaware with a dream. It's an incredible story, incredible journey. So if you go liquiddeath.com/Toby, you get free shipping on any items you order from liquiddeath.com. If you want to just get Liquid Death water, go to amazon.com. But for the merchandise and other cool items, exclusive items, go to liquiddeath.com/Toby and get free shipping. Thank you so much, Liquid Death. Death to plastic, murder your thirst, stay hydrated. You know H2O saves lives. Ladies and gentlemen, well, let's go. Welcome to the One Life, One Chance podcast. I'm your host, Toby Morse. I got my brother, Mr. Derek Green, next to me again. Derek, thank you. We've been grinding this week.
That's right. That's what we do.
We've been really grinding this week, having some great podcasts. And I'm going on record here, which I never talked about before. That I've lost 3 podcasts in the span of 4 years.
I don't know how you lose a podcast.
I'm explaining to the listeners because my guest is one of these people, and he's came back here the second time, Mr. Mike Gallo from Agnostic Front.
Yeah.
Thank you for being here.
I'm
apologizing to you in front of the world that what happens is when I do this all by myself, when I save these episodes, I have to save them as their name. Sometimes they're named template on the top, but it'll say Mike Gallo down the bottom right here.
Right.
So this top won't say that. It's a template. I always use the same template.
Okay.
If I save it as a template, the next time I pull up a template, I just record right over it. It's a template.
Come on,
I got template.
So
you got
I lost it. I lost
bro.
Mike Gallo almost 2 years ago. I lost Amanda Mackay.
Come on, Morris.
I lost Ian Mackay from 2019, which I found 2 years later.
How did you find it?
I don't know. I went deep diving. I did a hard job. Long story short, Gallo.
Right.
I fucking love you.
I'm over here. I'm back. I'm back.
And I really appreciate it. It's hard to explain that to you like over text, but like it's embarrassing. But at the same time, I do this all by myself in this room. It's very DIY. And but now he's back and he looks great. He looks even younger.
Yeah, man.
He just came straight from the airport.
I'm over here now. I'm ready to go.
And we were talking. We were talking about flying. How much
you love flying, right?
Just, honestly, from
worst, bro.
Just everything from getting to the airport, getting out of the cab, dragging the shit to the to check in. It all just sucks. And
they're
then
waiting.
Yeah, the hours of like planning before going to the airport, all those hours lost.
Everything's expensive. It just sucks.
And I feel like that's the work part of being in a band. The playing's the fun part.
Yeah.
The work is the travel and the fucking hurrying up to wait and the anxiety and the stress of going through security. And then now they actually have to take a fucking shuttle to somewhere else to get or like it's far to get to the Uber section. You can't just get Uber at LAX.
Oh, you mean when you're leaving
right?
the airport? Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody thinks being in a band is all fun and games.
Yeah.
They think it's glamorous.
Yeah,
Right.
they think it's like, it's just all like, all rock starred out. And,
And especially when you get older.
And rich. I don't know where they came up with
Rich
that
and
illusion.
famous.
Especially this genre of music.
Oh, God.
But that's the part of tour that I feel like is just like the work part, getting the right sleep, getting the right food. As soon as I go on tour, this LA fantasy diet life is out the window. It's just survival of the fittest, especially if you don't eat what we eat. You know what I'm saying? Really picky eaters.
Definitely. I try to do my best. Though.
But just to keep your diet up and your sleep right and all that shit.
It's a challenge.
And you guys have been doing it for a long time, man.
Well, the band has. Yeah, I mean, I've been with them
20 years?
How long has it been?
22, I think.
Oh,
now.
my God.
Yeah, since 2001. Yeah, 2001. 2001.
It's a big chunk of time, my friend.
It's insane,
It's a long time, man.
It doesn't seem just like yesterday or like a long stretch.
It's weird. It's like a little bit of both. You know what I mean? Like
I do
it's
know
like
what you mean.
like it's like it went really fast. You know
We
what
could
I
do
mean?
it like this. Did you have a full head of hair when you joined the band?
Absolutely. And I'll never forget the moment. Like, so it was like a couple of years like after that. I remember like my tour manager, Amanda. I don't know if you remember Amanda.
I do remember, man. Yeah.
So like we came on tour and like she saw me after like a couple of years. She's like, the first thing she said to me, she's like, "Holy shit, you're thinning." I was like, "Gee, thanks." And I was like, "Am I?" And ever since then, I was like, and honestly, I held my hair till I was about 40 deuce. After that, it was just...
Really? I thought you had a thick head of hair.
No, I mean, I have a thick head of eyebrow hair. I'm not too sure. If I could comb it over the whole top, like...
But I remember Mitz was always saying that Mitz was always like, he went gray. Scarhead made him go gray.
He looks great, though.
But he looks gray, man.
It's so natural.
He's the last of the Long Island graybeards, we call him, yeah.
He's like a silver fox.
I was going to say, he's a silver fox. Yeah.
But there's like a lot of stress.
He's got to have silver bells. That's, I mean, like, I always ask him now, it's like, you got silver bells? At first he was like, silver bells, what do you mean? And I was like, oh, come on, you got to have gray nut hair, you know what I mean? Like, so.
In the Agnostic Front and most bands, there's a lot of like tough love, ball breaking, get to you games, gives you a really thick skin. You probably everything probably bounces off you now in that band.
Yeah, and the one thing that it took Roger years to fucking drive me nuts, but he found a way. He really did. But he was like, this motherfucker, I can't get him.
Can't crack you.
Yeah, he's like, I can't crack you. But he's done plenty of times.
But he knows your weak spots probably. He knows that. Like,
now, absolutely. He knows. Me.
So let's go to your roots now. Obviously, you're born in New York. What part of New York were you born?
I was born in Long Island. I was born in Port Jefferson, Long Island, and then when I was 1, my parents moved back to Elmont because that's where they met.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Elmont was like right on the border, it was like right by Belmont Racetrack, right on the border of Queens and Long Island. It was a great location because it was like close enough to like the city, close enough to the beaches, and then close enough to get a bus to go right into the city too.
Right.
So like we would.
Was it just you and your brother Steve, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
only sibling you have.
Yeah, only.
Is he older or younger?
He's younger. He's 6 years younger.
So you got him into the music too, as well.
Yeah. But he loved it as soon as as a little kid, and like he always loved it. I remember like even going through high school, like I had nobody to listen to music with, you know what I mean? But I was like my cousin got me into like music at a very, very, very young age.
What type of music?
Just like, the early beginnings of like metal and stuff, like the Iron Maiden, the Metallica, Sabbath,
classics,
Ozzy, like all of that stuff. You know? And then it was like early Def Leppard, and like,
all right,
like the first Motley Crue stuff, like that, But I never really dove too deep into like the Poser Edge stuff, not. my cousin was big into a lot of that stuff, you know.
Well, like the glam rock shit.
Yeah, you know.
I totally understood immediately.
You know, I was never. You know, I mean, like I guess it was like I said, like Motley Crue was like into that, but the first record kind of was like those first few records. They got a little glammier after, like with like that girls, like that. But I wasn't really into that. A funny thing was like, so I was pretty big into like Metallica was
shit.
Right.
That was like, you know, Metallica,
Savage,
Iron Maiden.
How old are you?
I'm 48.
Okay.
So like I was big into that, and then like all through like grade school, I had listening to this stuff, you know, and I was like the only like metalhead in like grade school, really, because my cousin got me into it, you know. And when I got into high school, just like a lot of the dudes like I hung out with, just like nobody was into the music at all by any means. So I kind of like stopped listening to the music. I had no one to listen to it. You know? Like I became like a Guido liked rap, you know. So you can see it. You know?
Talk about the Guido. Did you have like an IROC? What kind of shit? I kind of got added. But I started driving. I was added. So I was like Guido from like 8th grade to like 11th grade. And then, like, for the listeners to break down the word Guido.
What's the word? What do you mean by Guido?
Oh, yeah, I mean for the listeners, like,
people don't know what a Guido
is. It's a look
is.
or an attitude.
It's a little bit of everything. I guess.
Italian.
You know what I mean? Like an Italian thing.
Is
you
it
know,
a hairstyle?
TKA with the Sergio Tacchini suits. I had those. Actually, I had I couldn't even afford those. I had like a bullshit ones. I got it like
bootleg version.
Bootleg ones. You know,
chains.
You know, I had the gold chain. You had to have a gold chain and the tag with your name down the middle, with the Playboy symbol on each side. Of course, the Playboy
symbol.
What about the horn?
Oh, the giddy horn.
The giddy horn.
Because I dressed as Sopranos a year ago, and I was told by Drea to get that thing.
Yeah.
And what does that mean? What does it represent? Is it?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
I don't really know what it means. I know it's an Italian thing. I know if you got one of those, you're a Guido.
I heard the meaning of it before. I just don't.
You did hear the meaning?
Yeah, I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't know. It's got to be like a good luck thing or something. I don't know.
So you went from like being to all that kind of rock music. Did you start playing? I know your dad's a big influence on your playing and
yeah,
your guitar.
You know, I actually as a young kid, so I told my dad I was a kid. I was like, I want to play guitar.
Okay. So
my dad's like, as a musician, he was like, you know what? He's like, guitar players are a dime a dozen. Millions of guitar players out there. He's like, and he goes, I think you're more of a bass player. You seem like more of a bass player type of guy, you know. And I was like, all right. What are you trying to say? So, but he's like, no. He's like, every band needs a good bass player.
I agree 100%.
You know, why don't you try to bass? I was like, all right. You know, I picked it up, and then like, I was going for lessons, and like, I was like, I want to learn this. I want to learn like a chord somewhere in time, and like, you know, just like jump in the fire, all this like, you know, thrashy shit, you know, like. And he was like, you don't want to learn that. He's like, you got to learn how to play first. You know what I mean? And he's like, teach me all these boring scales.
Yeah.
And I still don't know to this day. I swear on my goddamn life.
Can you read music?
No.
Okay.
I play by ear. I'm pretty much an ear. Like, and I'm just like, if I don't know what it is, I'm a guitar player. Like, oh yeah, second string, 3rd fret. Like, I don't even know tablature, to be honest with you.
Okay.
Like, I really don't. I'm just like, whatever, all ear and just a lot
kind
of experience
then.
now.
Yeah,
you know,
listening to stuff.
So I took these lessons as a kid, and eventually I quit because I was like, this is boring. You know, he wouldn't teach me anything. You know, like, and I was like, this sucks. Until I saw Murphy's Law.
Gotcha. Is that your first punk show, hardcore show?
Yeah, it was my first hardcore show.
Okay.
So like,
wow.
so like, it was later too, because like,
what album were they on?
It was 94, 95.
Okay.
You know,
Okay.
it was like mid 90s. You know, I didn't get into it till then. You know,
Yeah.
like I got into it pretty late.
Okay, right.
I got into it pretty late, honestly. So, but actually,
How do you end up at a Murphy's Law show? Yeah.
So, God rest his soul, my friend James Lally, he was a nut, old Staten Island hardcore guy. He moved to Long Island, and he wound up working with some dude that I went to school with that I don't even see anymore or whatever. But and he met me, and at the time I was like kind of like in like the alternative phase, you know what I mean? Like the 90s, you know,
grunge
all that
shit or no?
grunge, all that shit, you know.
Yeah.
And also kind of like stuff like Fishbone and
Love
like
Fishbone.
stuff like that, you know, because I had a friend of mine that would get me into some underground stuff. She was really cool. But I was never into punk or hardcore at all.
Yeah.
You know, just like, you know, I would listen to, of course, I went back to listen to Metallica and shit like that. And then my friend James moved to town, and he was just like, he's like, you ever listen to hardcore? And I was just like, no, what do you mean, you know? He's like, you know, Youth of Today, Agnostic Front. I was like, I've heard of this stuff, you know? And he's like, I think you'll be into it. So he started playing me this stuff, and at first he's like, play me Sheer Terror, and I'm like, I don't know, that's sick of it all. And then actually what he did was he's like, all right, you know what? And he's like, that was around the time Quicksand, the whole post-era thing happened. So he started getting me into that, and I got really big into that. And then from that, I started
going back a little bit.
And then I started, and then when I went to it was totally different at a show.
Oh, yeah.
So, he brought me, he's like, all right, let's go see Murphy's Law. So I think it was Murphy's Law, JFA, Crown of Thorns.
Oh, damn. JFA.
And I think JFA canceled. Yes, JFA canceled. I'm pretty sure. So it was Crown of Thorns, Murphy's Law. I just remember sitting back at the bar. I was like, at first I kind of got involved a little bit, but his first hardcore show.
Yeah.
It was a little wilder back then too,
For sure.
And I was like, oh, this is fucking cool. So I remember sitting back at the bar, and I'm just like, how have I never fucking seen this before? I'm like, this is the fucking greatest thing I've ever seen in my life. Of course, Murphy's Law is just like the funnest band to ever see ever. And,
Best front man.
Yeah, Jimmy's the best. So Murphy's Law, which has like a special place, for me, that's the band that started for me,
Awesome.
And I just never forget this sitting back there and just being like, this is fucking incredible. I said to myself, I was like, I want to do this. I was like, this is what I want to fucking do. I'm going to pick up the bass again, And then from there, I just started.
So we got inspired, yeah. You dropped down the bass for a couple of years, right? You weren't doing it.
Yeah, I wasn't doing it for a while. And then I just kind of taught myself how to play. And doing that, listening to all these bands, I would just and not actually being able to play, I was trying to learn riffs.
Yeah.
But writing my own because my ear was so bad. I was trying to learn something and then coming up with something completely different. But I was like, hey, that's pretty cool, And then I guess my brother, he's like, I don't understand how anyone has ever done it. He's like, you were writing music and songs before you even fucking knew you were doing on the bass.
It's crazy.
It was weird. I just guess I kind of had it in me. You know what I mean?
Was he playing drums then too?
Yeah. He was.
already kind of started?
Yeah, he never went the Guido route.
Okay.
He was younger than me, so it wasn't even like that, you know what I mean? And he was just like, you don't listen to music anymore or whatever. I was like, yeah, whatever. And then
he kept staying in the music world.
Yeah, he did. So and then he started playing drums, and then we wound up starting On the Rise together in 97.
Were you a Guido when you went to the Murphy's Law show?
No, at that time
I retired the whole shit.
I was, I'm always a Guido at heart. I'm still a Guido right now. That never went away, That was just. But at that time, I was definitely into music and stuff.
You already graduated at that point? We were already out of school?
Yeah. I think 93 I graduated.
And what were you doing when you get out? What was your goal? Did you?
I wasn't really what was I doing? I was
did you graduate good grades?
No.
Okay.
You know how I graduated? I had a good smile, and everybody liked me. The teacher's
a good smile.
The teacher's he's all right.
So you barely made it out.
Yeah, I mean, I was definitely not a student. I loved school because of the
social aspects.
Yeah.
Right.
But when it came to the work, I was like,
You doing sports and shit like that or anything?
Yeah, I did football, baseball, but once I got older, I did that when I was in 9th, 10th, 11th, 10th grade. But once I was in 11th, 12th grade, I wasn't really playing sports anymore.
Were your parents strict about school and your grades and shit like that or no?
No, they were just happy I actually passed. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So there's no real pressure from them.
No, not at all. They knew I wasn't really much of a student. It is what it is,
Right.
But
were you partying and stuff in school? Were you kind of wilding out in school?
No, I didn't. You know what? To be honest with you, I would smoke pot and drink a little bit.
Yeah.
But not. I really didn't start partying till
hardcore.
Yeah. I was a good kid. I was a nice young kid. And then
you met everybody.
And then I joined Agnostic Front, and that was just I went from being this nice young boy to joining Agnostic Front, and that just man, that really changed me.
Different world.
Oh fuck.
But let's talk about also On the Rise. Was that your first band? Was that?
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
And you and your brother, yeah.
Yeah, it was me and my brother. The band was called Rise Above at first.
Okay.
And then I think there was a Buffalo.
There had to be another band with that.
It was
sure.
Buffalo's Rise Above.
Right.
And we were all right, we can't keep that name, so we were just On the Rise.
I'm sure so many bands tried.
Many
bands try to be called Rise Above. I'm sure,
yeah.
dude. You know what I mean?
I mean, we were just playing around with names. We were just jamming, whatever. It didn't matter. And then and then we became a little more serious. We became On the Rise, and then just from there, that's actually how I met Agnostic Front. Was my friend Renee, who was in a band called Reach.
Yeah, I remember Reach. I remember knowing Renee. Yeah,
Renee, Richie Sip.
Yes.
You know? So
Richie Cipriano from Sickroll, the original bass player.
yeah.
This was his band after that, Reach.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I was friendly with these guys and stuff, and we recorded a demo somewhere on Long Island. It was a bullshit little demo, and it just sounded so bad, you know? So we were like...
What were your influences at the time for that band?
It was...
Everything?
Yeah, I mean, all the hardcore and like post-hardcore and, you know, bands like Quicksand and Agnostic Front was like probably...
Did you like Orange 9?
Yeah. Sick. Oh, yeah. And then like our band sounded like Agnostic Front, Warzone, and Burn.
Sick.
Right.
That was kind of like our influence.
It's a good mix.
Yeah.
It's a great mix.
Yeah.
And I think we had our own sound, you know. I love that record. But so we met... Yeah, so Renee was like, hey, why don't you go get this... mastered somewhere. We'll give it something, you know. He sent us the Big Blue Meanie.
Okay.
All right. Yeah.
And
Is that Jersey?
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah, there was a lot of good records done there. Yeah.
So we did, and
And that's you met those guys?
Tim actually just passed away. God rest his soul.
Oh, wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he was a great person.
Rest in
He was
peace.
a really awesome guy. He was really cool to me when I first joined the band. So Renee's like, go there. Yeah, go there. See, get your stuff remastered. It'll sound a little bit better. Blah, blah, blah. It sounded a little bit better. It didn't matter. It was whatever. But the guy's like, hey, we're having a holiday party. Agnostic Front's going to be here. El Nino, a bunch of these guys. Like, yeah,
El
let's
Nino.
go. Yeah,
El Nino,
yes.
yeah,
They
right.
used to hang around there. So we were like, yeah, we're going to go to the party. Let's go. You know, we wound up meeting all the guys in the band. Coletti. Who I just saw last weekend.
How's he doing good?
Yeah, he's living. He's all right.
Yeah.
So yeah, I became very good friends with Jimmy after that. Like we rode him home that night after the party. So we met Kabula, Roger, and everybody. I met all these guys.
That was a Something's Gotta Give lineup.
Yes, yeah.
Which is an incredible AF record, man.
It's one of my favorites.
Me too.
It's
Me
great.
too.
I love it.
So you meet him at the Christmas party.
Yes, I met them at the Christmas party. We became friends, and we just at shows we'd see them. That's who we went up hanging out with, you know. And then I'd say about a year later, Kabula was like, "Hey, look, I don't think I'm going to do it anymore. I got a great job. You know, I've toured the world. I'm over it. You know." He's like, do you want to take my place? And
What was his
like,
job? I'm curious. What was
what?
his job?
What was the new job?
Yeah.
He's he does an excavator
Oh, wow.
Okay.
in the union. He
Oh, union job, legit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
probably
yeah.
makes like $60 an hour or something like that. Who knows?
Damn.
You know? Something like that.
Right.
So he's like, I'm done, you know? All right. So he's like, you want to join the band? And I was just like, me? I'm like, do I want to join the band? I was like, are you fucking kidding me?
Was On the Rise doing good at that point? You guys playing a lot of shows?
We were starting to do good. Yeah,
Yeah,
we definitely.
yeah.
But we didn't really start to do good till I joined AF. And got signed, and you know, Bridge 9 signed us,
That's
Ice
right,
Cream
that's right.
Records, and then we started. That's how we really kind of
so you were
started
doing both?
good. Yeah, I was doing
Okay.
both until we broke up. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so I met the guys, the AF guys, and just like, you know, we hit it off. And he told me, you know, Kabul was like, it's got to be you. And I was like, yeah. I was like, all right. Then they had a tryout. It was me and somebody else. I'm not going to mention his name.
Okay.
So yeah,
We heard about off the pod.
Okay,
I
all right.
don't want to blow his spot up. A good guy. We're still friends with him. And funny thing is, like, he was a much better bass player than me. Because I remember we both did a couple of songs, and then Kale's like, come on, let's go grab some beers or something.
Were you super nervous?
Yeah, because I was just like, oh, here comes the letdown. You know what I mean?
Right.
And he's just, I was like, well, how'd that go? He's like, you're in, kid. And I was like, what?
Dang.
I was like, you know, that guy is like, you know,
What did
I was
the
like, he's a lot
audition
better than
consist
me.
of? What did you have
just
to
had
do?
to play a couple of songs.
Oh, okay.
You know, a handful
Do you
of
remember what
songs. I don't. You know, it was definitely like something's got to give stuff.
Yeah.
That couple of maybe victim pain songs, something like that. Yeah, and just
It's gotta
like,
be surreal to like growing up
Yeah.
loving that music and then
oh yeah,
you're gonna play with
Especially
them.
such a legendary band.
I know,
I
especially
know.
Agnostic Front. It's
Yeah.
like, I was just like, this can't even be true, you know. That's why it's like you're in, and I was like, man, you know, that guy was like better than me, you know. And he was like, yeah, he's like, I gotta be honest with you. He's like, you're terrible. And he's like, but we'll figure it out. It's punk rock. He's like,
Wow.
yeah. He's like, we'll get it
Wow.
going on. So then, on my first tour, it was Rise Against. Who opened? It was Rise Against, Casualties, TSOL, Agnostic Front.
What?
That was my first tour.
Rise Against opened?
Yes.
Holy
yes, they did.
Shit.
That was it was 2001, and now everybody's opening for them.
in arenas.
Yeah, it's insane. God bless them.
that's-
Nice guys.
Yeah, mad cool. That's crazy.
So,
And that's like your first real tour.
it was my first tour, and I was terrible. Like, even Roger was like, he's like, I like you. You're a good kid. Nobody's like, you're really not cutting it. He's like, it's really
Wow.
Yeah, and I was like, wow, I'm about to lose this gig.
Was that in the middle of the tour?
It was like in the beginning of the tour, like the first couple of shows. He was like,
Step it up, kid.
He was like, this is not good. You sound terrible.
Oh.
So Roger plays bass. He showed me a lot of
Yeah,
stuff.
he does. Yeah.
He showed me some stuff. And who actually helped me out, I'll never forget, was Ron from TSOL.
Wow.
He was a great
Interesting.
guy.
Wow,
yeah,
that's
he was on the
awesome.
road, and I guess I just remember, I guess we were just hanging, and he was like, you're a good kid. He's like, don't worry, you're not going to lose this gig. We're going to make you, you're going to learn these songs. We're going to
That
help
is
you.
cool, man.
And I'll never forget that, man.
Helped you get your chops up.
Yeah, and he helped me. And first of all, Roger's like, first of all, number one, stop fucking jumping around.
Right.
He's like, you can't even fucking play these songs.
Right.
He's like, just stop.
You were just psyched though, man.
Yeah, I was excited, and
Wow.
yeah. So he's like, and then he showed me some stuff, and then I guess as the days gone on, by the end of the tour, I was rocking it. I was like, I got it.
How long was that tour? Pretty long.
It
Probably?
was like probably a month long.
Those shits are long back then.
Yeah,
man.
yeah. It was definitely a solid month for sure.
So that's your first tour, and you make it through that one, then you're pretty much in,
Yeah,
right?
and I was all right. I did okay. From there, 22 years later, I figured it out.
Was that on the Something's Got to Give record cycle?
No, that was actually. It was after Riot, Upstart.
Oh yeah.
Then we did that record that it's like the record that we won't
Dead
even
Yup?
play. Yeah,
No.
Dead Yuppies.
Dead Yuppies.
We don't
Yeah.
even play. We don't even play any songs.
Really?
Off of that. Well, I mean, we named the record Dead Yuppies, and 9/11 happened like a week later.
Oh yeah.
Could you imagine the timing on that?
Holy shit. That's right.
So yeah, so like
Right.
it just we kind of just like buried that record, and it was just kind of like our last record on Epitaph.
That's
Roger
right.
really didn't have much to do with it.
Were you involved in the songwriting?
No, because I think the record was pretty much written already. I
Oh,
think I
okay.
gave them like a couple of like
Right.
just
But you
one
played
thing
in the
here and there.
studio.
I played on the record.
Okay.
Yeah, I did.
Wow.
I played on that record. That's the first record I played. Like,
All right.
I joined the band, and like a couple months later, we recorded the record
Ah, okay.
because it was already written.
We got Another Voice was after that too. Was that after
Mm-hmm.
that? Did Jamie Josta produce that?
Yes.
Wow.
And then I had to learn how to play that style again because I didn't know how to play that.
Right.
I was just playing like the punk rock style. Go
Yeah.
from that to like, it was a little bit more metalish,
Metalish, yeah.
So like, and I remember when we first did that record, I remember saying that I was playing that stuff horribly. I was.
Roger was saying that?
All of them,
All
yeah,
that?
yeah. It
Like,
was,
yo, pull
and
it
it
together.
just took me time
Yeah.
to really kind of get it together.
Were you writing songs for that too, or
I wrote one song on Another Voice.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and that was just like, Roger and Jamie
Jamie.
and Matt Henderson.
Oh,
and
that's
He
right.
wrote a little bit and
Nice.
a little bit of this, a little bit of that kind of record like that, It was one of those records.
And then Warriors.
Then Warriors, that's when me and my brother started writing
You and
stuff.
your brother.
Me and my brother.
Wow.
Yeah, me and my brother wrote a lot of that record.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, my brother's a really, really talented writer.
But he wasn't playing with AF. He was just,
Yeah, he was in the band
Oh,
at the time.
really?
Yeah,
But-
because
Oh,
after
I remember this.
after a year and a half in the band, Coletti stepped off, and then we got my brother, and he recorded on Another Voice. My brother.
shit.
That's cool.
So then on the
Was that
next-
cool to have him back with you playing, or was it?
It was cool. It was great. I mean, I love my brother.
I've been
We
a brother
butt heads
before,
a
too.
lot.
Yeah,
you know what I
same.
mean?
Yeah.
So we get along a lot better now.
Plus, you'd already been in the band before, and then he's coming in.
But then
like-
he came in. I was basically babysitting him a lot of the time. He
Really?
was just young.
Okay.
He was a kid.
Right.
But he was out of his fucking mind.
Wow.
He was just like.
But his
so, like,
ability to play was great, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, we had that brother connection. We were good
Right.
together, and then we wrote good music
rhythm
together
section.
too.
Yeah,
So
that's pretty cool though. How long did he last in the band?
he lasted, I think, like 6-7 years.
Wow.
Yeah. He was
months
with
or-
us from
So we
like
did the Warriors too. Yeah.
he was with us from like 2003 to like I don't know, like 2008, 2000.
So we did My Life My Way too.
No, that's Pokey joining that record.
Oh wow. Was there a live at CBGB's record? Another version of that? 2006.
Yes. That
a new recording of a new.
Which my brother was on.
Wow.
Steve was on that one.
Wow.
Yeah, he did.
That's
a good
cool to
job
do
on
that
the
again
record.
because the first one's such a classic.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, we had that show was fucking nuts.
It's one of the last shows
It was
at CB's, right? Yeah, 2006, I think. Yeah,
it was close to it.
Yeah,
I think we played it one more time after that.
at CB's again. Yeah.
But that show was wild because I remember everyone at CBGB was so pissed at us because we actually went up sponsored. We knew the people at PBR.
Okay.
So PBR brought like 1,000 cans of beer into the place.
It's
It's
a
like
CB's.
nobody was drinking. Everybody was getting all this free beer and shit.
Wow, they were going to the bar.
It was fucking wild. It was a crazy show. It was nuts. It was so much fun.
So your brother left the band just because he was just burnt on it, probably?
Yeah, he was burnt out at the time. He just didn't want to do it anymore. He was like, he was over the touring. He was just like, my mother died not too long, around the time, and he just, he dealt with that a lot worse than I did,
Yeah.
I just think he was just like, whatever. He was just done with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Guess he needed a break.
What's he doing now?
He's got a great band right now called Fire is Murder.
Okay.
They're like, it's very old school Metallica-ish.
Damn.
But maybe if it was modern, and the singer kind of sounds like a lot like Chaka
Wow.
from Burn. It's almost like
That's
it's
kinda
almost
sick.
kind of like he reminds me of like Jello Biafra and like Chaka. It's wild.
Wow.
It's really good.
That's a crazy combo.
The songs
That
are
is a
real.
crazy combo.
It's very thrashy meets post-hardcore. I tell you right now, I think it's really, really good. I'm not hyping it up because it's my brother.
Yeah.
But I honestly think it's really good. It's
So
really
they're playing
good. I think
shows and stuff now?
They're playing shows every weekend.
Nice.
So they got that going on. So
That's cool, man. Good for him.
So yeah, he's doing.
Does he
his
have like
thing
a
with
regular
that.
job too?
Yeah, he does construction. He just wants to go on tour. So hopefully the band will do good, and they're just releasing some stuff now. So really good stuff.
So
definitely check it
besides like all the art that you do now, has this been like your main source of income for this decade? Like were you working jobs in between with AF?
When I first joined the band, I was working at a deli. I was doing landscape and design. After my mother passed, I kind of stopped working. After that, I don't know. I kind of found.
What year was that?
Man, what year was that? I trying to even think back to that shit.
Yeah. I'm sorry, you don't have to.
That's all good. No, that was like 15 years ago.
Wow. Okay.
So yeah, I guess about a good 5, 6, 7 years after being in the band, I stopped working. I found other ways to make money, and But
when did the idea of doing art come into play?
Well, I mean,
or has it always been there?
It's always been there.
You took an advertising class in 11th and 12th grade.
Yes, yeah, I did. I did
okay.
that. I remember that.
Yeah.
You talked about that. Yeah, and when I was a kid, I loved the art. I mean, I was doing graffiti as a kid. I did graffiti since I was in my neighbor introduced me into graph and stuff, and
You writing graph?
Oh yeah, since I was a kid.
What was your name?
I had millions of them. That's the only thing that sucks. So that's the thing that sucks. I never had anything that stuck, that you would see up because everything just got buffed. And I had a bunch of tags from
Give us one of your names.
the one that I wound up with at the end was Phase.
Okay.
FASE, and then I added an R, and it was Phaser. But back then, it was just Tech. I had Tech, TECA, all these generic ass tags. That's why they never stuck. So I was always changing my tag or whatever, and then so then I was doing Phaser for a while. But I was always a kid. I was always doing cartoon characters. And
Always drawing.
I loved art. I just always, and then.
You like that in school too, in art class and stuff? You like that?
Yeah, always. I was always trying to be creative. And then I graduated. I went to Nassau Community for a month, and I was doing
Advertising stuff?
Advertising art stuff, and it sucked because it just sucked. It wasn't art. It wasn't fun for me. I didn't like it. I didn't have fun. It was very competitive. And I just wasn't digging out. And then just being in college, I was like, I hate this sucks. I hate this shit.
Right, yeah.
I'm not a school guy, you know. So I got out of it, and around that time is when I got very involved in music.
Yeah.
Right.
So for years, and then for that, I always just did a little bullshit graffiti here and there. I always, little sketches and stuff, whatever. And I didn't get back into art until I wound up having my daughter.
Yeah.
And moving in with my wife in Jersey, because like my whole life changed.
Because you were living with Stigma on Mott Street.
I was living on Mott Street with Stigma for 10 years.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
that
so
long.
like my life was basically just like
Yeah.
the band and hanging out,
Yeah.
partying.
Yeah, man.
And so when I had to start a family, I had the baby, I had to channel my energy into like something different.
Yeah.
I remember my wife making fun of me because I was doing like all sorts of like Etsy type stuff. Just she's like making fun of me and like it's because I'm like getting like pallets and making stuff. She's just like, all right, Bob Vila or whatever, just like ripping on
who
me.
is this guy? Yeah.
But I was trying to do. I needed to like to do something else.
Express
like, I
yourself
needed
and also
something,
like
and then
yeah.
I just started. I remember it was Toby. Toby, of course.
Yeah.
It was Toby's birthday, and I did like a Toby DMS on a vinyl record for him. It was pretty cool and nothing special. He's like, I love it. It's cool. And then at his party, people were like, oh, do you sell those? And I was like, yeah. Yeah, $30. And I was like, oh, cool. I sold 3 that night. Hit me up. I'll make it. I'll give you. So I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. All right,
That's
whatever.
really cool.
And it just kind of just motivated me to just keep doing it. And then I just started doing like Agnostic Front, New York Hardcore, and stuff like that. And I kind of, I was just kind of getting back into it. Stuff wasn't really that good, but I was selling it. I was selling tons of it. And I was selling a lot of it to the point where I was like, I can't keep up with it anymore. I was like, wow, this is wild. I was like, this is cool. I was like, I'm making a couple extra bucks. This is good. And I just started taking it more and more serious, really started getting into it. And
doing all kinds of crazy pieces.
Yeah.
Awesome
and
shit.
then I remember, who really helped me out big time was Risky fucking. I was like, how do you do it? And I told him what I'm doing, and he's like, your best bet is to make one piece. You make one cool canvas or whatever whatever you want to do, and then he goes, then do prints of that. You sell the piece for one thing, and then you make prints, and then you don't have to make a million of each thing.
True.
So that's how I kind of started doing that and started figuring out how to kind of make money off of art. So from there, and then I got big into the epoxy thing. So now I'm doing like wood and epoxy type stuff, which is really
teaching
cool.
yourself, he's learning and shit. Like
Just what? On Instagram, I saw all these water tables. Have you seen like the tables where they like, they had the wood and they make it look like the sand and make it look like a beach. You know what I mean? I was like, oh, it's pretty cool. And I was like following those things.
You watching YouTube videos and shit too?
Yeah, and that's how I kind of learned how to do all of it.
Super DIY.
Yeah, so I just learned on my own, But I always loved it, and I thought it was really cool. And then I was like, how can I bring the epoxy into my art? I remember we played down in New Orleans, and I was in, over there's tons of art and stuff.
Yeah.
And I seen one artist had put the epoxy over the vinyl, over the canvas. And I asked the person in the studio, I was like, what is that on there? And I said, oh, it's epoxy. You can get it in Home Depot. It's like A and B things. You got to mix it. So I just started experimenting, experimenting and just really bringing it to the level like where I'm at now with it, which is pretty sick. But the only thing that brings me back to like the other thing is like now that I'm making all these things, I'm making all these pizzas and boom boxes and all sorts of crazy things. It's like now I'm making like, I must have made about 30 pizzas. It's wild.
It's crazy, though.
It's time consuming. So what I do, it's not like just making a painting.
It's like Monday through Friday, you're in there, we're not on tour.
All day long, making pizzas, making all sorts of stuff. I experiment. I don't know if you follow my art, if you see my stuff. One thing is with me is like, which I would probably benefit off of, just kind of like with the pizzas thing. Like, I'm always doing something different. I get bored.
Yeah.
I can't just make the same thing over. And I see a lot of artists that are amazing, you know, and it works for them.
Yeah.
But they do the same thing over and over and over, you know. But that's what works for them as an artist. That's what they're good at, you know. But I get so bored. I do different things. But I do need to focus on finding something that sells a little more steadily, kind of like the pizzas do, you know.
Yeah. That's a big one for you.
I was talking to Busky, you know, and I was just like, I'm thinking, he's like, you got a thing going on with that pizza thing. And he's like, make more pizzas. And sure enough, he was right. He was right. And now I'm just selling tons of those pizzas. You know?
And you love pizza. You have a pizza tattoo in your hand.
Yeah, look at me.
He's got a slice on his hand. It's crazy that ends up being like your thing.
Yeah, it's wild. So the pizza thing is doing really wild, you know? Like it's I make these thick wooden blocks of pizza. You have to see it, you know? And
right.
Like, I'll put New York hardcore on it, or I'll put your name on it. I did
slices,
a mom
right?
one. Yeah, pizza slices, you know?
So
I
cool.
just did one for Lars. I did a Michelangelo one, the Ninja Turtle one.
Wow. That's sick.
So it's cool. It's fun. You know, it's fun to do. After a while, it gets a little monotonous, but like, hey.
You're in there by yourself in the studio in the backyard.
That's just me.
That's like your zone. You're like,
and I got deer running through my yard. They come to hang out with me.
That's cool, man.
Yeah, because the neighbor across the street chases them away because she's got all these nice flowers and they try to eat them. And then I come, I feed them pizza. I feed them with all my leftovers. We had leftover pumpkins. We throw it there. We feed the animals. You know, you gotta get love for the animals.
So Jersey
you know?
got the deer. That's cool.
Yeah, it's wild. So it's so peaceful back
there.
there.
Do you play music when you're doing stuff? Or you just like zone out?
No, not all the time.
Okay.
You know, sometimes I do. It depends on the mode I'm in, but a lot of times I'm just like, here's another thing. So now with like Instagram and all the social media stuff, they want you to videotape everything.
Right. Yeah.
I fucking hate it.
Right.
Because I feel like I just want to do my thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm not like some artists, like they put up a painting and they make a painting, they videotape themselves, you know?
Right.
And you could just do that. But with me, I got to videotape, like I'm cutting out stuff. I'm
Yeah.
sanding it, you know? So I videotape all these things.
Time lapse and all that shit.
Yeah, but it takes me forever to like, really. That's why a lot of times I'll just put on a time lapse. Sometimes do that. But that doesn't always work for me because I do, just like I said, I'm not just doing a canvas piece where I just paint it. You know what I mean? There's so many different steps
Moving
that
steps,
I have to do. Yeah, exactly. So I'm not in one place. You know what I mean? I don't have somebody following me around videotaping me, you know?
Right.
So that's where you get most of your orders from social media and just promoting
Absolutely.
it. Yeah.
But that's the one thing that drives me nuts is you got to videotape everything, you know? And then I'm
And
like, fuck, I forgot to videotape that, you know? Like,
and there's algorithms and all kinds of shit. And
yeah, I can't keep up with it.
Yeah,
it's rough for me. I have I don't know what it is. I call it social media phobia. I just had this thing where I'm just
but you
like.
become very self-aware of yourself, you think? You know, you don't like being...
No, it's not that I don't like it. It's just you have to put so much into doing it. It's like a job.
It is, dude.
Right.
You know, people hire people to do it.
No, absolutely.
Because it is like a job.
It is a job.
And I'm just like, I'm so busy making stuff and creating stuff that I just have a hard time trying to do both, you know?
If you're like an assistant or
you
something.
got to,
man.
you know...
Just don't make enough money
Not
to.
assistant, an intern maybe.
Yeah.
They could help you with that.
For sure.
Because that is important. Like him,
it's extremely important.
He's going to focus on
well, if
art.
anybody that hears this
Yeah,
that's looking to like help me with social media, I'll hook you up with art and all sorts of shit like
man.
that. You know, like a young
sure.
kid that's looking to like, you know, I'll hook them up, you know?
I think you could use that because you could focus on the art and somebody could be documenting it for him.
Absolutely.
That's what I need.
Because it is the way of the world of like the video.
That's why
And
like it or not,
I can't
you know,
wait till
that's the
they
way it
have
is.
like AI when it's just like able to do that. You know, your own little robot. It's just like
that scares me.
No way. I mean, he could be your assistant. Just imagine him in the backyard like I got you.
You hear about the whole AI thing? People, they're writing songs. You got to say, hey, you type in the AI.
You write your idea of the song and write it for
and
you.
they'll write a song like,
It's
how
true.
crazy
I'm just
is
asking,
that?
you know, I just think it would be cool if you had an assistant.
I know what you're saying. But the AI, speaking of AI, that's
Right.
one thing that scares me.
Look at the positive sides of it.
No,
though.
the positive
Let's to
sides.
the negative sides.
But the negative sides, there's going to be like college kids just type in, you know, hey, write this essay about Pablo Escobar or whatever,
but
blah, blah, blah.
They already have a thing that can
Where they
figure
know?
out where it came from.
Okay.
Like if it did
Really?
come from, they already are establishing a type of program where it's just like, okay, we're going to put this in.
Yeah.
And it's just like, yo, you got this from an AI.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know?
I hope they could do that.
Yes.
Oh shit,
Yeah.
that's kind of cool.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
good. I hope they can do that because
Oh, yeah,
nobody's
no.
gonna have any creativity anymore.
I thought the
you know what I mean?
same.
Like,
Yeah.
I thought the same thing, but
Yeah.
there are people that are thinking like, yeah, well, then every student will just be. We need to have some device where it knows
it's gotta
it's
be.
coming from. You know,
Here's
where
a
this data is coming.
Here's a funny going off a little bit off subject.
Sure,
but
go
this is funny because one of my best friends.
This guy.
So I had this guy. I got a guy. I got a guy. So he has this neighbor. This is crazy. So like every year, like he like I guess like when his wife's birthday is or whatever, he goes online and looks up things like, you know, to my beautiful wife who blah blah blah. And if you type it in or whatever, it's the first thing that pops up, and he puts it on his wife's post every year. Whatever.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Every year.
So he'll text me like, "Yo, it's that time of year again." You know, he'll screenshot like the post, and then like and then he'll screenshot like you look it up. It's the first thing that comes up. Like, you know, like you know, he's not really like writing this note
Right.
to his wife, but he's. It's like so crazy.
Every year he does that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it really does. That's a funny thing. I don't popped in my head. It's just like AI. You know?
It is.
Right.
though.
Yeah.
Damn. Yeah. So creativity, the lack of creativity, if the AI start coming, oh, just do it for me. The laziness, maybe, or
Yeah,
I think
it's laziness.
I think people are lazy for the most part, but there are also things that people are doing that are time consuming.
Yeah.
That are completely taking away from their lives. You know,
Okay.
it's just
Yeah.
like Jesus. You know, if I wasn't spending so much time
on the
doing-
phone.
on the phone or doing certain
Yeah.
Sure.
little
Oh, yeah.
things that
No,
you know,
hey, look, technology is. I have a love-hate with it. You know what I mean?
right,
Yeah.
right.
There's so many great things about it.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah, I think.
but there's a lot of
right.
bad things about it also. You know? It's
Absolutely,
like,
and
Yeah.
I think we, you know, I think at the end, you know, people need a better connection with themselves,
Yeah.
and with other people. First off, you know, like before diving into the whole AI world.
Sure.
But it shouldn't slow down the technology because there are, you know, a massive amount of people that may not understand the fundamentals of it. I don't think you should stop the technology
course not.
because of
There's
that.
no-
Because then we'd be in the Stone Age.
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
but there's
That's
a lot
never
of people
gonna-
just smarter than me
Yeah.
and us that are developing things that,
We have to evolve.
right,
Yeah.
exactly.
I have a word for that. It's my own Italian word.
What's that?
Evolvation.
Okay.
It's not a real word, but it's my word.
Okay.
American
You know, it's just like
Italianos.
when a band evolves. It's evolvation.
Evolvation.
I watched the whole thing on the internet. I'm sorry. It's like,
Okay, no, go.
it's just talking about like it had like Italian American and then
Oh,
Italian, and I
yeah.
love that shit because I'm like I was like, man, I know a lot of Italian, or at least I had to study it singing and whatever, and it's there's a lot of similar words in Portuguese, but it's just so-
Obrigado. I know that. I know
And then,
obrigado.
and there were certain things that people, American Italians, would say, and I was like, "What the fuck is that?" You know, like, what are you talking about? And they're
Like
"Ah,
Mama Luke.
yeah, Mama Luke, and like certain words, and then Italians are like, "Nah, doesn't exist." There's words shortening certain food phrases and
Oh,
stuff
yeah.
like that. Like, we got this, and it's just like, no. Italians are like, that doesn't exist at all. This is an American thing.
Oh, yeah.
Americano. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Totally. I love it.
Was there any time during AF that you wanted to quit playing music, or just in general, you got burnt, you just wanted to stop, or?
You know what burnt me out? It was really crazy. It was right before COVID.
Okay,
Before COVID.
so that was
Right
a good
bef-
break. Yeah.
It's like, man, you asked for a break. Do we fucking get one? Wow.
You guys are going hard.
We were, you know what? We just wound up getting Stormy.
Shout out to Stormy Shepherd.
wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
awesome.
Ooh, she's
And
Awesome.
we didn't want to turn anything down at the time because we just got her. And
Yeah.
we just, like, you know, you got to book an agent, you know, that's going to fucking
Legit booking agent.
put you on
she's been
shows.
around forever. man.
Yeah.
So we were touring a lot, and even my wife was like, "Holy shit, this is like you're gone like most of the year. Like, this is a lot." I was like, "I know, you know, it's my job." You know, she and my wife is great about it. Like,
Yeah.
she never,
Yeah.
she's always. This is why we're married because she actually understands.
How long are you
She
married
gets
for
it.
now?
Rosie's 8. I think we got married when she was 2. We're married like 6 years, but we've been dating on and off
Awesome,
for like
man.
fucking 20 years.
Yeah.
Forget it.
So
you know?
right then you're kind of like, I want to be home more.
Well, yeah, it just got to be a lot, and after a while, I mean, and I got a little girl, you know what I mean? At the time, she was, and I wanted to be home with her, I mean, I love touring, but
You're the only person with like a young kid in the band too, right? Yeah.
Craig's kid is a little older.
Okay.
Craig's I think he's a couple of years older than Rose. I think he's like 10. Yeah. And then Vinny's kid's like 30. Yeah.
Is he 30 yet?
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
Holy
I think
shit.
Naughty is like 30. So
Wow,
yeah.
man.
And his kids like they're in like high school now, I think. Yeah,
It's crazy. I mean, you guys really grind. I mean, you tour a lot.
You tour a lot.
And you go to Europe a lot too.
Yeah, we do.
But you guys are still killing it. I mean, like the
We still do
longevity
great.
is incredible. Like the love for AF.
Because
man.
at this point, it's just like we're just gonna do it till these guys can't physically do it anymore.
Do or die, man.
Yeah. Without a doubt.
Legit. Like it's
What
like,
else we gonna do? You know what I mean? Like we're
sounded
not gonna
tight.
stop.
But it sounds
so tight.
I know
Still
it's so
very-
good, man. And you kill those big
Evolvation.
stages. Evolvation.
It's Evolvation.
Oh, but you guys kill those big stages and those festivals, man. You
Yeah,
guys
yeah.
fucking kill
I mean,
it,
you
man.
know, you gotta figure the
Absolutely,
band
man.
has been. I mean, Roger and Vinny have been doing it for so goddamn long that they know how to entertain the crowd.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
You know,
I got to
Roger's
watch like on
great.
the side this past summer or whenever. It seemed like not that long ago.
Was it Punk Rock Bowling? Were you there?
No, I was in Europe on the side of the stage.
Oh,
and
okay.
I was there, and I was just
Oh
like,
yeah, we
wow.
played a festival.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
right. Yeah.
A few
Yeah,
shows
yeah.
together.
That's
and I was
right,
just like
yeah.
really
These
in
guys
awe
now-
with like the control of the crowd, like massive crowd playing, punk hardcore style, and it's just like people going off.
It's good because a band like AF is a good mix of everything.
Yeah,
sure.
that's true.
You know
Yeah,
what I'm
they have
saying?
a
Like it's just
massive
like, and I think that's
catalog.
what makes us who we are now. You know what I
For
mean?
sure.
Of course, like they started with the Victim in Pain, but
Yeah.
they've been through the eras of
Banger.
everything, so they got a really solid mix of just like hardcore, punk, thrash metal.
Is there any
Oi.
era, is there
Rock,
any
you
era
know?
that you like to play more
I was gonna
than the
say,
other?
yeah. What's your favorite era? Yeah.
Yeah. Or is it just a mix?
I mean, to be honest with you, I don't want to be like that guy. You know what I mean? But I mean, just like the Victim in Pain record is just has that raw aggression. It's
perfect,
just
yeah.
fucking insane. You know
So you
what I
love
mean?
playing those songs.
I love
yeah.
playing those songs. I do, and
like
of
hearing
course
those
I like
songs.
playing, some of the stuff I wrote too. Of course,
Course.
because
Yeah.
it's like, of course. But yeah, the Victim in Pain is great, and I also like the thrashy stuff. Like the
love
Toxic
it.
Shock and the Eliminator and
Eliminator's
Come on,
you know, it's
sick.
just, you
I
know,
love
it's
that
just-
album. I
Dance
mean,
with
I
the
know there's some
Raw.
people that are just like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Cause for Alarm album.
yeah,
Yeah,
Fire.
Like,
It is
great.
bangers.
fire.
man.
It's
I
just,
know.
I like the evolution because it's a completely different change from Victim.
Yes,
And I like
absolutely.
because it maintains its heaviness but I like the fact that it changes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
But
it's
it's
pretty much.
banging.
I love One
Dang.
Voice too, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
See, that record changed the whole face of hardcore.
Oh, yeah.
Hardcore didn't sound like it was. It was that changed it. Right after that, hardcore evolved.
Yeah.
Right from there, I mean, it was different. That changed the whole face.
The
of-
crossover vibe, all that
yeah,
stuff, right?
And it got this more of like the more.
Bounce.
I guess the more
more
bounce, a
bounce.
little
Dun,
more.
dun,
It
dun,
slowed
dun,
up a
dun,
little
dun,
bit.
dun.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Ticket-
Even though
I
it
guess,
still
I guess
had-
it matters. Like when I got into Agnostic, seeing it live, it was that it was cause for alarm. Like
Yeah.
it was that phase. Like Roger had just like gotten out of prison.
Yeah.
It was like right around then, or maybe I saw them before, but around that I was just like, oh my god, man.
Yeah.
But I guess it really matters on, when you pick it, like
Yeah.
when you get into it.
Each record is
It's different.
different.
Yeah.
And I love that because I hate when bands
Yeah,
make
me
the same
too.
records
Same record
over and over again.
It's like you hear the
I love
same
you would go
shit.
back from like punk to hardcore to. I love that shit.
Yeah, it's great.
What's the song for One Voice? It's like instrumental. It's so hard and live
Is
in
it
NYC video.
Infiltrate? Maybe
I
it's
think
Infiltrate.
so. They're all marching back and
it's a
forth on the
hard
stage.
song.
And they're live in
Morgan's
NYC
Alley.
video, and they're all the. Remember that video?
Oh man.
Agnostic Front and Sick of It All.
I
Gorilla
gotta watch
Biscuits
it again.
live in
Yeah.
NYC Relativity Records.
Yeah, that
It's
was
a famous VHS.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But
I
there's
gotta
this
watch it
there's
again,
this
man. It's been
instrumental on that
years.
record, and they're like all like kind of like synchronized marching back and forth. So hard, dude.
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a fucking hard record.
How was the show with Rancid recently in Boston?
Oh, it's fucking great.
Sick. That's such a great crowd to play to
It
too,
is.
man.
It's just, and especially just Boston is like always like great crowd for us. They love us, Like,
Boston,
we
yeah,
love
yeah.
Boston, it's fucking great. We have so many friends there, and I think we played the House of Blues there.
Oh,
Big-
that's
it's
the
like-
biggest
It's the
one.
biggest one in America, yeah.
Great. It's a great venue.
Yeah.
Love it.
I just
get fed good, you know.
Yeah, I just feel like the longevity of AF and the love for AF is just gets stronger. Like new kids getting into it, and like
It's cool to see.
it's really cool. Yeah, man.
Yeah, it's awesome to be part of it. I mean, I would have never thought, just like I said, would the hell thought I would even join the band. I was like, it's insane.
Yeah, and Stigma's
Wow.
like, I think told me the other day is gonna be about to be 68 or 69. Like,
Yeah.
so inspiring.
He'll
to see
be
him on stage.
69 in December.
Wow.
December 5th.
Just see him on stage, just so inspiring. Just him still killing it and shit.
Nobody think you know. It's just I remember seeing this meme recently. It was like a whole bunch of like old sitcom characters. And it's just like everybody looks so much older back then. Like like Carol
saw
O'Connor.
that. Yeah.
Carol O'Connor was 48.
Yeah,
He
and I
was
was
like
like,
60 something years
Wow.
old.
I
you
thought
know?
he was
Like,
so much older when I was watching the show.
yeah,
That's
totally
funny. Yeah.
right. I think like as like I guess I don't know, maybe our humans are evolving. Like I don't know, do we look younger now? Like or just, I don't know what it is. I don't know.
Not
Like you know what I'm
human.
saying?
Stigma is
Well,
just looks
Stigma's
like a
completely
kid.
inhuman.
Dude.
He's not even a human. He's insane.
It's absolutely.
But he looks great. I mean,
He
He
looks
looks great.
great.
Yeah.
getting more tats now, like on his head and his face,
Yeah,
and it's
because he's
like
like at this age,
Yeah.
whatever. Like
It's
you
gonna
know.
say something, you know.
it seems like he lives like a stress-free life. He just
He does. He got not a care in the world.
Right.
A care in the world.
Yeah.
I
It's
don't
so
know how you
it's so
do it.
beautiful to be able to do that though, man.
Can't be like that, you know. Like it's fucking
He plays
wild.
music, comes home, the same place he grew up in.
Yeah,
wonder how
drives
many
Roger nuts because Roger's such a worry wart. He's always like the one who's always worrying about everything.
Is he
and,
hypochondriac
you know-
too?
No,
Roger? Oh, yeah.
no. Roger's not a hypochondriac. I don't think so.
You think there's still the same people that Stigma grew up with in that building?
He talks about
I
that.
wonder
I
if
talked to him
You-
about this.
there's-
Still
there's-
people in that building?
I don't think there's really any. I think he's probably
I
the
think
last
it's the last
one.
one
in there.
standing.
Wow,
He
the
was
Gotta
saying.
be.
Yeah, yeah.
Triple
And
OG.
even since I moved out, there was like a lot of people in that building that was still there. Like
Oh,
you know, like
right.
some
Before
people that-
COVID.
Yeah, you know,
Yeah.
and then like he's like now the building's so different, and even downstairs they did the old mobster hangout they used to have downstairs, and they turned it into a cafe.
Murder Inc. Yeah, something like
But
that.
now it's gone. Like I just the past couple of
Wow.
years, like it's out. Like he's like you know
Matt, if he ever moved out, they quadruple that
they've been
rent.
trying to get
Absolutely.
him
I'm
out.
sure.
They've
Really?
been trying to get him out.
Petitions. I'm just kidding.
Oh, yeah,
my
right.
Get Stigma out!
Uh,
But he's like a real New Yorker in that building,
know.
man. I'm sure it's like all
probably the
young
only
people.
The
New
only
Yorker
one,
in that-
right?
Yeah,
Probably
probably
just
now.
young people in there and stuff.
Yeah, people in and out. He gets so much free stuff because people moving out so much, they just leave stuff there.
Mm-hmm.
His luggage, he gets everything in that apartment. He got brand new luggage. Look at this, I got 3 pieces. All of them, you know, like just brand new.
Incredible,
He's like
man.
people throw shit out
Yeah,
there, like
they're just like,
get
I'm
it.
not taking
Chairs, everything's got in that apartment is all from like
Right.
people just moving out. You know,
I love The Godfather's. I love that documentary,
It's a
man.
great
It was
documentary.
such a beautiful,
I was really impressed. with
really
it.
beautiful
Yeah.
story, man. Like it's just like, dude,
yeah, Ian did a fucking great job
crushed
on
it.
that.
Shout out
Great
to Ian, he
job.
killed it.
Yeah,
Really
Just like
awesome.
Stigma, they're like the family aspect of the band, everything,
What a beautiful
man.
story, man.
It really is. I mean, you don't even have to like the music to
Right.
like
No.
to like
But
the
that's what
documentary.
made it such a good documentary.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
You
It was
knew
not just
nothing about the
hardcore.
band. Right.
yeah. It was pretty much like a story about 2 guys in the band.
Yeah.
You know, it wasn't really about the band,
Right.
which I think threw a lot of people off.
Yeah,
Really?
But it was done well.
I think that's how it should be done. You know.
Well,
I mean,
yeah,
'cause it
because
is such
every
an
band
amazing story.
documentaries, you know,
Yeah.
same about it. This was completely different. So
yeah.
it was really amazing. It was awesome.
It's nice to see Roger doing better now and playing and being out there.
Yeah,
and-
he's back out there. You know, it's really good. Is he just got good news. He doesn't have to get surgery again.
Nice.
awesome, man.
So he's just got to go.
That shit was scary, man.
Yeah, and he's doing all right. He's still rocking the stage. You know,
Yeah.
he's like it's tough. You know, not everything works the way it used to. You know, like it's rough. You know, like I have. You know, but he's like
Is he almost 62 now? Maybe almost 60?
wait, he's
Late 50s.
he's
Late
10 years.
50s.
He's exactly 10 years older than me,
Okay.
So
and Stigma's 20 years older than me.
wow. Oh my.
Yeah. Roger's 58. Yeah, I'm 48. Roger's 58. Stigma's 68.
It's pretty crazy, man.
It's wild, right?
How's your health? Do you take care of yourself? Do you exercise?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I do Muay Thai full time. when I'm
Wow,
home.
nice.
Yeah, I love it. That's what keeps me sane.
That's legit.
Love
Oh
it.
yeah, that's hard.
So you do a couple times a week?
Yeah, I train when I'm home. I try to go 3 days a week. When I'm not in the gym, I'm hitting the bag and just like keeping active. Like I don't stop moving. You know, my wife's like, you smoke pot all day long. She's like, I don't understand. I've never seen anything like it. You know?
Oh, you smoke pot? You do, yeah.
I mean, not all the time. You know, not all the time.
It probably keeps you chill, though, man.
But I'm the type of guy, you know, take a couple bowl hits and go cut the lawn.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't slow me down.
Right.
You know? Sometimes it does, but not really. I'm just, honestly, I don't have
You
time.
function good on it.
I don't have time to slow down.
Is it good for creativity, too, when doing
I
art?
don't even know.
Because you're always,
Yeah, I pretty much usually, you know, not all the time, but like most of the time. You know, I just, it's a part of my life. I've always
For a long time?
smoked it. Yeah.
Long time.
Since high school, I've been smoking.
Wow.
Pretty much every day. Yeah, I just.
Do you drink?
I slowed down when I had the baby a little bit.
Of course.
Because I just had to. You know what I mean? Like, but now that she's like, whatever, you know. But, you know.
What about drinking? Do you drink mostly on tour or no?
Yeah, I mean, when I'm home Saturday nights, I watch the fight.
Sick.
You know.
Chill,
Yeah. You know, hang out at home, do it responsibly. You know. But yeah, mostly on tour.
It's nice to have that balance that family took home to after tour too.
Yeah.
Like go back from insanity to sanity because touring is such a fantasy world and reality is just home. You know what I mean?
Yeah. When I'm home, I'm so fucking busy.
Mm-hmm.
I've just got no time to.
You're nonstop with the art when you're home. Just
Nonstop. Normally, my day consists of I wake up in the morning. Normally, I'll try to either go for a walk. If I don't go to the gym that day, I'll definitely hit the bag, little shadow boxing, stuff like that.
Yeah.
It keeps honestly like it's like I wish I started younger in life. I really do, you know. But it's just I do it for exercise. I do it for just to stay mentally strong. It really does. Like I feel you come out of the gym. It's good to get punched in the face too every now and again.
Definitely.
You know what I mean? Like it
Give
kind of puts you in
different
check a little bit.
perspective.
You know?
Yeah.
I mean,
smacked around.
Yeah, a little bit. You know, I train with a lot of younger guys, so they're.
But once you get smacked in the face, you definitely have a different understanding of what it is to get,
Oh, yeah.
You don't want to get smacked in the face again.
It's that stun, that initial stun.
Yeah, it's just like, you want that.
But I just enjoy the, it's, not really competitive, my class. You know what I mean? We spar.
Right.
We spar. It's light spar. Nobody's there to hurt each other. You know what I mean? It's just, we're there to help each other get better,
I love sparring.
But it's like, it's so much fun.
But I can't
look
do
forward
it, man.
to it. No?
No.
You're in
I
good
was doing,
shape.
You did that with that one, like a legit professional, remember?
Yeah, I did.
You got winded?
Whoa.
Okay, there was one
I'm
thing
not fighting anybody like that.
I was training with like a Thai boxer guy in Brazil.
Yeah, well,
and
I get that.
He was sick, and it was a lot of fun. He's like, yeah, we got to do. He's like, you really learn when you're sparring, and he's like, you really get to know your competitor.
Sure.
And I was like, but you're a big guy, and in Brazil, I'm really big, so it's hard to find people my size to spar with.
Sure.
So there's always like smaller dudes, just like really quick. Like my teacher, I was like, damn. I was like, come on. It was like, bring it down a notch, And he's just like, yeah, this will be good for you when you do fight a, bigger guy.
Sure.
You'll be quick, quicker. Oh, yeah. But it was harsh once I started sparring. And dudes, they're like, he's big. I got to come in hard.
Sure, they're coming at
with
you.
me. And I was like, and getting hit in the fucking jaw, in the face. I was like, this could fuck up me singing.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, man, I got to chill out with this. And I did that fight for like charity. And it was like a pro 2-time. It was just a boxer that I went against. And he was like 2-time world champion in Brazil. He was like a smaller weight class. And they're like, this will be cool. You're a big guy. He's small. It'll be fun. A couple rounds. And I was just like, all right. And my coach was like, yo, that dude's an asshole. That's like, he's not going to want to look bad.
Yeah.
So just be careful.
Yeah.
And it was just like first round. I was just like, all right, we're ready. Whoa. How did that? Wait a minute. And I could just remember just blur. Like, whoa. Slow motion hearing like my name. Like people like, damn it, come on, shit. Man. Like, come on. I was just like panicking.
Yeah.
Panic.
People don't realize.
Get knocked out. Yeah. It's not fun.
No,
like that.
Not.
I was close to getting knocked. I was like, yo. And it was terrifying.
Oh, yeah.
Damn.
It was terrifying.
Yeah. I mean, there's levels to that game. And
He
like, going up against guys who like professionally do it. You get fucking hurt.
I was pissed. At the second round, I was like, yo, fuck that motherfucker. I was like literally like
going.
I was like, I'm gonna grab him and throw him on the ground. Like I was really pissed, man.
Yeah. But they too tired to do so.
Oh no! I mean, then I came in like stronger, but then he's just. I couldn't even see his fist. He was so fast.
Damn.
Well, yeah.
It was just like terrifying.
Oh, I bet.
Terrifying.
Were you like a scrapper when you were a kid?
No. No, definitely not.
Yeah.
I mean, I get into fights here and there. Somewhat held my own or whatever. You know, I got beat up a lot of times, you know.
And you were in the Greedo days?
Yeah,
or no?
there was always fights going on. But I mean, I was never a fighter, to be honest with you. You know?
Yeah.
Never, you know. I mean, I've been in enough fights in my time to hold my own, but like, I was never really like a brawler.
And
Yeah.
AF shows you never had. They were never like crazy.
Crazy.
Yeah, it was fun. We got the fights.
Yeah.
Oh, we got the fights for sure.
Because I was saying, I
yeah.
mean, back in the day, those shows were charged in like mid '80s.
Especially when the crazy skinheads were coming
exactly.
out, too.
That's what I was gonna say.
Does that still happen in this day and age?
Good question. Yeah.
Sketchy skins coming out for
Because there
AF?
was every AF show.
We never
I
read
looked
the
in
lyrics.
past, it was,
Don't
right. I was like, dude.
You'll see boneheads here and there.
Don't
you know what I
that-
mean?
Still don't know Roger's Latino?
Yeah, there's almost no. You know, yeah, right.
Never got
I
the
was
memo?
Like, you're right. They never got the
Never
memo.
got the memo.
Oh, yeah,
Because
it's
that shit was
crazy.
like off the hook back in the day. There'd be like every show expected.
I heard crazy stories like just some pulling up and locking the door and saying play these songs and just crazy stories back then of
Oh,
these
yeah.
sketchy skins coming out and
Sketchy.
Well, we
skits.
haven't had problems in a while, but there's always times where we see something and they kind of like, but they don't really. They like AF, so I don't think like
Yeah.
they don't,
Right.
you know. So it's just like I can't stop them from listening to my music, you know.
Mhm.
I don't respect what they're about, you know, as long as they're not causing any trouble. But like, you know, I definitely don't like them being there. That's for fucking
Yeah.
sure. Because then there's always like that weird vibe.
Oh yeah.
You know, I forget where we played, and there was just a bunch of them there, and they fucking
just ruins
ruined
the whole
vibe.
fucking energy,
Oh,
dude.
absolutely.
Roger
Yeah.
just like, you know, played a couple songs, and we were just like, we're out of here. Fuck this bullshit.
Damn.
You know,
Yeah.
I feel like all those misconceptions of AF are long gone by now. Do you know what I mean?
I would
Hope
think so.
so.
Yeah.
But I also like people heard like the past couple years we trip on like the AF skinhead shirt with the iron crosses
Oh yeah.
and thinking it was something that wasn't, which shirt's
Right.
been around for like 30 fucking years.
Oh yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like maybe
Yeah,
a
I
new
mean, the
generation
boot-
of kids or
The boots. I mean, that was like a skinhead reggae thing, right? That's where they
Mhm.
got it from,
Yeah.
right? You know, like, you know, we know who started that music.
Right.
Who was it? White people.
yeah.
You know, like if people, you know, I remember one time we played. Was it Asbury Park?
Yeah.
Okay.
And some girl came up to me. She's like, "I heard Agnostic Front is racist." You know. I was like, "All right, well, let me break it down to you. Roger's Cuban. My drum is Asian. My guitar player is a Jew. My wife's a Jew. Her father was in the Holocaust. You know.
Wow.
I was like, you know, like, yeah, you think so? I was like, I
Wow.
was like, really? She's like, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, of
It's
course
like,
you
well,
didn't know that.
Hey, respect that she came and talked to your face though.
She did. I let
True.
her know
Especially with the
what's up
internet.
right away.
Right.
You know.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like
Right.
I
So
respect
like,
that.
You know, like,
Yeah.
I was like, have you ever listened to the Agnostic Front's lyrics?
Lyrics?
You know what I
Right.
mean? United and strong.
Right.
It's on my neck.
Blacks
Like,
and whites, punks and skins.
Yeah.
Right.
You know,
Everyone,
you
come on,
kidding
man.
me?
Yeah, that's
People
yeah.
just, you know, I mean, people are just stupid. You know? I don't let that shit bother me.
Yeah.
Just let-
Well, so the
I'm
Get
upset.
Loud is the most recent record.
Yeah, we did that.
When
We
did that
dropped
come
that
out?
right before COVID.
Damn.
And then we didn't
a
even get
couple
to tour
years.
for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know
The
the
record
feeling.
kind of didn't really get the push that it was supposed to because it was just the time was
We did that
Time
tour
was
right
terrible.
before that, 2019.
yeah.
H2O,
Ugh,
Gorilla Biscuits, Agnostic Front, Wisdom in Chains. Oh my
Yeah.
God, that shit was epic, dude.
he is insane.
And we talked about this last time, but it was like, at that point, we're like, yo, this is the best tour ever. If we never tour again, who gives a fuck?
Mm-hmm. Right,
And
and
then we never toured after that for a couple
we
years.
really got our break. It was
It
fucking
was just
nuts.
perfect, though, man. It was
I
it was
know.
such a
It
great
was
fucking
such
tour.
a great time. Yeah, right after that, COVID hit. 2 months later, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because that tour ends at the
Sometime-
end of January.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And end of January they do that tour.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was like going into February, and then a month later, COVID hit.
And during the pandemic, we used to working on art and doing all that stuff and just
Yeah, well,
really
that was
grinding.
one good thing about COVID. I was like, you know, because if you think about it, like, it's funny if you think about it this way. It's just like everyone got paid to stay home. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yet, I mean, you know, we're paying for it now.
Yeah.
But you know, but
Everything's
that was
tripled
the
and doubled.
reality of
Yeah.
it. We got
Right.
paid to stay home. I
Yeah.
had more money at that time than I ever did. You know, it was crazy. But the one good thing about COVID was Well, two good things. I got to spend a lot of time with my family and my
Yeah.
daughter, you know, so that was great. And then I had time to evolve in the art world, you know.
Yeah.
I really just like I was home every day, so it was just like, and while I was home, I was just grinding. I built a studio,
Yeah.
and just
Stay creative and productive.
Yeah, I really did. You know,
It kind of forced you to find another outlet to feel that creativity that we do with music and playing shows. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
it was cool to see people doing that.
But it was weird.
really
I couldn't.
inspiring.
Roger was like, "Let's write some songs," and I
Yeah.
didn't have it in me. I
we're
don't know.
inspired, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wasn't. I don't know
Right.
what
The
it
world
was.
was fucking-
The world was wild.
Yeah,
you know?
it was
And I was
shut
like, well,
down.
and I was like, Raj, what about you? He's like, I don't know. He's like, this is, it's just, I don't know. And I was like, I know. I was like, I'm trying so hard. And then we just finished writing. We put everything we had into writing that record, you know. And then we were like, all right. And then we just, you know.
Are you feeling inspired now for something new?
Yeah. I'm back. I'm finally back into it.
Yeah.
Been writing songs at
Couple
home
years.
now.
Yeah.
It just, I guess it took a little time to kind of get back into it. I don't know, you know.
It was interesting because people were like, when's the punk band's going to drop a song right now during the pandemic? We need some more songs about what's happening right now. But all the other bands, they were like shook, trying to find work and survive and take care of their families. They weren't like thinking about writing a song that represents what's happening at that moment. Do you know what I mean? Like, where's all the punk bands speaking out? Like, dude, these motherfuckers trying to survive right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
It's time for an anthem. No, it's not. It's time to fucking pay your rent.
Yeah,
Do you know what I
trying
mean?
to find a way to get by.
It was a reality for a lot of people who just full-time toured, and that's all they did and didn't do anything else.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, that's all they counted on. Because we talked about yesterday, music was not essential into that world. Like, for us, we know music is essential for our livelihood and how we express ourselves and keeps us happy and also helps other people. But I think music's so essential. And you're seeing that now with how every fucking band's on tour. There's a million shows a night, dude.
Yeah.
And a lot
great.
of them are packed. You know, people are excited.
It's good.
To,
I think people are back. No one's scared.
especially
they
live
missed it.
music. You know,
Yeah,
they're like really into seeing live music.
Yeah, I
They
mean,
fucking really missed it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think so.
And I did appreciate it, but you really started to really appreciate knowing that.
No doubt.
When is this going to be over? Is this never going to happen again? Like,
All right.
do you know what I mean? Like this. Holy shit! This is part of my life, and then it's gone. It's
Yeah, it was a mind fuck.
Yeah,
It was a mind fuck. I remember. I'll be honest with you. Like even like during the COVID days, like the in the midst of it, like I got the first time I ever felt like a little. I don't know if it was. I guess depression.
Yeah,
right? You know,
for sure.
And I mean, and I guess I've never dealt with depression in my life. You know what I mean? But it was I was definitely
There was a lot of first
depressed,
timers with that.
You know, I mean, thank God, like right now, like I don't feel any of that. I haven't in a very, very, very long time. Thank God for that. But yeah, it was a weird time.
It
I can't
really
even
was,
explain
man.
it. Just like
the not knowing.
Yeah,
having no control.
Yeah.
Zero control.
Exactly.
Our
Having
future
no
was.
control. Yeah. You know, and just being like, is this like, what's going to happen? You know, how like this can't be forever, but it seemed like it was going to be, you know, after like 2 years, it would be like, what the fuck?
And nobody ever talked about music during that time too. It was like something close. Okay, then we're next. That must be next. There must be a show next.
Yeah.
You know, like.
Yeah, there were also like these crazy ideas of doing things like online, like
Oh, yeah.
where people could watch you play,
Yeah.
and you'd be playing in an empty room.
Yeah.
That's when the live stream shit kicked off, though.
Yeah,
People
yeah.
really started killing that shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Selling
for a
tickets
little
for
while.
it.
Yeah,
It worked for a little bit. And
But
then, hey, you know what? There's nothing else going on. You
but
know,
I think that can come back
What, the
The whole-
live streams?
for sure.
Yeah.
Like, let's say you wanted to do Agnostic or show and you're sitting somewhere on the other side of the world and you're able to watch a live stream of it.
Yeah, that's
true.
Amazing
just
to
thinking
buy
of
a
people
ticket
over
to it.
Japan for some or Europe.
It'd be cool.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
a great way for artists to make money. The band to make money directly from from people, fans, directly
Yeah.
to the artists. Like
Yeah.
it's a site, like if you were able to sell those tickets internationally, and they
Yeah.
don't have to be that much. It'd be like $5 or whatever,
Yeah,
or
yeah,
something.
yeah,
It'd be like
also.
thousands of people. It's like great income for the band
Sure.
doing the live stream. I mean, it's
Yeah. Why push it away when it's still another opportunity for bands to like? Yeah.
for
Yeah,
sure.
that's
yeah,
true.
yeah.
What was like the last real job you had with a boss?
I was doing like landscape and design
Okay.
with a buddy of mine from back in Elmont. That was cool.
Yeah. What year would that be? Early 2000s.
Yeah. definitely.
We had to get go to work on time. And
Oh
be
yeah, I
there.
remember living in Astoria, waking up at like 4 in the
Astoria,
morning.
Queens.
Waking up at like 4 in the morning, taking the train all the way into Elmont. It took me like an hour and a half to get to like work. In the morning.
Damn.
Like, train. I took the train to the bus. Yeah, I took the N train to the F train to 179th Street, and then got on the N6, and then took the N6 all the way into Elmont by King Umberto's, and then I had to like walk like 10 blocks. Like,
Oh my god!
but like, that's what I was making decent money. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it sucked, but
Yeah. Now you can do what you want. Now he's playing music, your family. It's pretty amazing.
yeah,
man.
it's good now with the music and the art. It's good. I mean, believe me, I still struggle financially. It's really just like.
Do you own your house?
Well, I actually don't own the house. My wife owns the house.
Okay.
It's I mean, we live with her mom, who actually owns the house.
Okay.
But it's a pretty big house.
Nice.
Nice,
They've
dude.
been living
Yeah.
there forever, and
Like in the suburbs, chilling, right?
yeah,
It's normal.
it's nice. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like, you know, I definitely earn my keep there. It's,
Yeah.
Yeah.
owning a house is a lot.
Oh yeah.
It
You know?
is,
I mean,
yeah.
I don't actually own the house, but I live there. It's my house.
Yeah,
know?
you
I
take
don't-
care of it. Yeah.
But I do the landscaping and the bushes.
huge.
And I do a lot. I mean, I just painted the living room, dining room. Like I do a lot there.
It's real
Nice.
adulting.
Yeah.
You're doing
I
some
mean,
real grown up
it's
shit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
There's
house,
always
yeah.
something that needs to be fixed, or
Right. Yeah.
It's crazy when you come off the road with a bunch of your friends that have no responsibility but playing for an hour a night, drinking, partying, wilding. Then you get back and you have to be like fucking husband, dad, responsible person.
oh yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like just that
Yeah.
such night and day, man.
It's a
You
good-
shut that off. You
It's
know.
it's a great mix for me. You know, I love it. I think my wife likes that I tour. You know, she doesn't
Gives
see
you
me all
absolutely
the
makes the heart
time.
goes. It really, I believe
It's
that.
nice,
I
yeah.
believe it,
You know, and it's good. Like when we come back home, it's nice to see her. Like I think it works for our relationship.
yeah, I think it works
It
for
was
mine
rough
too.
during COVID.
Same.
You know, like, you
My
know.
wife's like, dude, if you don't get the fuck out of this,
Yeah.
because that's the longest I've ever been home.
Yeah.
So like, my wife's in the dining room, Max is in the office, and I'm wherever I'm in here working, whatever, giving each other space, but really not.
Yeah. it's
And you're
tough.
yelling shit to each other, and she's trying to work. So at one point during the pandemic, I was like, dude, go to your job. It's a skate park. It's empty. Go by yourself. You're gonna kill us or leave us.
Yeah.
So I said, I told Moon, go. So she was pandemic. She was going to work, getting there like fucking so fast. Nobody's on the highways. Going to the empty
Yeah.
skate park and working just so we could have some sanity. Because you know, I love like leaving and coming. And,
Yeah,
you
because
know,
I mean, you guys like us
miss
we've
each
been-
other.
We've been doing it for
I
so
know,
long.
man.
We kind of like don't know any other way. You know what I mean? I've been
But lucky to
touring.
have ladies that hold us down. Though,
I was
man.
just gonna
Well,
say,
yeah.
like, you guys are
100%.
lucky bastards. I
Yeah.
was like,
Yeah.
because now, I mean, I can't even imagine a girl that's like, if I'm approaching like a girl that's like, I'm on a band, I'm traveling, they're just like, forget about it. He's not
Well,
Yeah.
it takes a certain
It's
person
like, exactly
to deal with that. Because how many people have we dated before that
See?
that were all about it, and then once they're in the thick of it,
guys are lucky, man.
yeah.
Thank you. This is what my wife says. Like all the girls that chase band dudes,
Yeah.
and then they get with them. Like I don't want you to tour no more.
Yeah.
It's like, you know what I was doing when you met me.
This is what, yeah.
I try to change you to be. It's like that's
Yeah.
great,
And
happens-
that's why I have a lot of respect for my wife, because she's
Yeah.
like, I know what I got myself into.
Right.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, babe.
And she can handle it.
But you know, like
but that's a
she
real one
knows.
though, man. To fucking
Yeah, you know,
Can hold
my
you
wife's
down.
a
Easy
solid
to find.
woman. You know what I
Not
mean? Like, I think
easy
I'm
to
very
find.
lucky.
yeah.
No, yeah, you know,
because we're big kids, dude. Still,
Oh, yeah.
I don't care how old the fuck we are.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Still
Look at
say
me.
dumb jokes.
I'm
and-
doing this. I haven't changed since I'm a kid. I'm still running around on my mongoose,
Really?
doing
Ooh,
You got a
graffiti,
mongoose. Oh my god.
playing
Really?
music.
You
yeah.
ride a mongoose? That's
oh,
hard.
yeah.
That's pretty.
and you're doing graffiti or fucking.
Yeah, I'm
Tell
still
that
the
story
same-
where you did crazy, awesome mural or something in your backyard, and then you came home. You were so psyched to show your wife. So I cover that shit up.
Okay, so in my house, it's like in the back of it, there's like a nice brick wall.
Yeah, I see
Right.
that. It's
It's
cool.
enough,
Yeah.
it's enough room to do nice little throw up, you know. So it's in the back of the house. Like there's bushes back. Like the only way to see is if you go back there.
Right.
Which
Nobody's gonna see it.
nobody goes back there. You know what I mean? So I was just like, you know me, I'm bored and tagging Gallo in the back of the house like an asshole. So I did a really nice one. I was like, yo, babe, come check this one out. I came really nice. She's like, You're tagging on our house? I'm like, what? It's the
already
back
done.
of the house. It's like literally nobody could see that. She's like, I know, but it's the house, the back of the house. I'm like, I said, just like you said, it's the back of the house.
She didn't even say it was good or not.
No,
Right.
she didn't care.
Buff that shit out.
She was just like, it's the back of the house. I'm like, look, I got white paint here. I'll paint right over it again. It's not that.
Could the
big of a
neighbors
deal.
see it?
No, because there's bushes there.
yeah.
You know, like in the wintertime when all the leaves come off. You know, but I paint over it then.
Like so proud of your piece. Yeah, whatever. It's covered
Nobody
up.
can see it. You know, so now I
Does
don't
your daughter come and hang out with you when you're doing art and shit and check it out?
Sometimes she does, yeah. She'll come and hang out. I got a TV in there. Sometimes she'll come and hang out. And
How old is she now?
she's 8. Yeah, if she comes, she hangs with me sometimes.
Is she into like, what's she into music wise? Taylor Swift?
Yeah, her and my wife just went to go see
Oh,
Taylor.
they went to that show.
They do it in the movie theaters now.
What?
So I guess,
Oh, that new doc that came out.
yeah, I guess that's what it is.
Yeah.
It's
Eras Tour doc, yeah.
Yes, and now they put it in all the movie theaters, and it's the biggest thing ever.
It's
like,
huge, dude.
huge.
Over
And-
90 million the first 3 days, my friend told
and-
me.
Insane.
So when you go to the movie theaters and watch the show, the kids are all singing lighters, and
Wow.
my daughter was like, I can't even hear her sing. I don't want to hear these girls singing. She was
So massive,
pissed off.
dude.
I would be pissed too.
I mean, it's like forget even the girls, the mothers, everyone's
I heard,
singing. You know, like
dude.
people loving it.
Wow.
You
Do you
know,
fuck with it? You like it? What you hear?
I mean, you know, she's got a couple of good. I mean, you know, I don't.
catchy,
I don't.
though.
It's catchy as hell. And you know what? Taylor Swift is. She's amazing.
Good
Like,
role model, I think, for kids.
She is a great role model for the kids, the girls, and whoever. And she tips her crew out like
Saw that shit,
big
bro.
time.
Yeah.
Like she changed their lives. Like
Respect.
she
I
took
know.
care of her people.
Absolutely.
She's a good person.
talked
so
today,
if that's
she's-
who my daughter's listening to.
14 million a night in
Love
merch.
it. Put
14
it-
million a night in merch.
Put it on all night. Whatever. It's all
Semi trucks full of merch pulling up for
Insane.
her, dude.
Insane.
I can't imagine that shit, dude.
She's
can
like
I.
the biggest
Does
thing.
she wear the bracelets? Because there's this thing with these young kids. They wear these Swifties bracelets. So everybody has their
Okay.
own bracelet. And when they go to the concerts, the kids say, "What's your name?" And they trade bracelets. Random girls in the park with their kids are trading bracelets. It's this whole subculture community of these bracelets that all these kids are trading. Strangers. So
Oh,
young
wow.
kids can. It's so fucking cool.
Didn't
Like
hear that.
my friend said, he brought his daughter to a park and there was another girl, and they knew they were Swifties. They became friends. They traded the bracelets. And they do it at the concerts. That's like a real thing, dude.
Really?
Wow.
That's so fucking sick if you think about it.
Yeah.
Because so kids can communicate with each other. Because kids at the age are kind of like shy or whatever. But I don't know. I don't feel like Taylor Swift. And the kid Max, he grew up in New York. He's a hardcore kid. He's a guitar player. So I hit him up.
He's
and
her guitar player?
Yeah, I hit him up and I got Civ's family tickets to go see Taylor Swift through him.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he's a hardcore head.
That's great.
It's a crazy world, man. We're everywhere.
Unbelievable. Playing for Taylor Swift.
What is something you listen to that people that listen would like be shocked that Mike Gallo listens to? Like some sort of music that's not hardcore.
I listen to a lot of there's this one band that's like actually one of my favorite bands. There's this stuff called Afrobeat.
Okay.
You know, it's really cool stuff.
Wow.
It could be Shakedown. It's
Okay.
like one of my favorite bands.
What are they called?
It could be Shakedown.
It could be Shakedown.
Yeah. It's
Wow.
really interesting, like I'm trying to think to explain it. It's like big band stuff.
Okay.
But it's got groove. It's really cool. It's really good for like when I hit the bag and stuff. It's really cool.
How'd you find that music? Just
I just found like this one song I kind of heard that I liked, and then just like when you listen to this one thing, they pop up other bands you
Totally.
like, and stuff like that. And I just like started listening to stuff like that. A lot of instrumental stuff,
that's sick, man.
Yeah, it's different. You know what I mean?
Especially when
I'll
you're working.
always love punk and hardcore and metal and all
Right.
that.
What about hip hop shit?
Yeah, I like some hip hop, a lot of hip hop. But like after a while, playing hardcore music,
course,
playing
dude.
150 shows a year, how much hardcore and this stuff can you listen to?
I know there was a moment
know
where I
what
thought
I mean?
Yeah.
that maybe not now, but back then the hardcore kids thought that hardcore bands like drive around, listen to demo tapes, and
Yeah.
listen to hardcore while they're off tour. Like
Yeah.
that's the last thing you want to fucking hear.
Yeah.
It's ringing in your ear for a couple of days after the tour.
Yeah,
I just want
so
to hear mellow shit.
stuff
Yeah.
like that. I like a lot of Motown.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like some hip hop. I do, but nothing new.
Yeah.
I can't get into anything new. It's just to me, it's just weird and different.
Yeah.
90s hip hop and some 2000 stuff. I like a lot of that. Of course, like Nas and like
Best.
Rakim.
Woo. I like some of your influences you mentioned before, like The Who, Blitz, Black Flag, Minor Threat, Metallica, Black Sabbath, Bad Brains.
Yeah, that's
Ramones.
like,
That's a good mix.
that's like the type of stuff I like. The real stuff, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
That's just like,
Do you check out new hardcore though and stuff or no?
yeah.
Like new bands?
Yeah, there's a new band I just got into recently called Regulate.
Sick band.
They're pretty good, man.
Great
I
band.
really like them, you know? I
Yeah.
think they're really good.
From New York, Long Island, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a good Oi band out there.
All the people, I know, I keep seeing.
CMI.
Okay.
What the hell's the name?
CMI.
The hell, Conservative Military Image.
I just saw footage of them on
That's
Instagram
it.
today.
Yeah,
Big
they're
ass,
good.
like a Jack Singer.
Yeah, he looks like Beast from
Looks hard.
Detroit.
He
Yeah.
looks hard.
Yeah.
So that's a
they're
newer
really
band?
good. Yeah, they're really good. There's a lot of bands out there, you know, that are good.
Yeah.
But those are a couple of new ones I've listened to. Grade 2 is really good. They're
Yep.
like a punk band.
I know that Tim and Lars put them on.
Yeah, those guys are really
Might be
good.
from Europe or something. They
They're
play with you
from
guys
England.
at the show. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
They play that
Great
show with you
guys.
guys, right?
Yeah, they're awesome. Good kids too.
Do
They're really catchy. Yeah.
you have any major regrets in your life?
Definitely nothing major
Yeah.
at all.
Yeah.
You know, I like, a couple of things I said, I wish I would have did this when I was younger.
Yeah.
Like boxing and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
I would have never been a fucking professional boxer anyway. Not tough enough. But yeah, no, but like I always said, I wish I would have did that when I was younger. But like, I don't have any really regrets.
Yeah.
There's always the one I always like wanted to go away to college just to experience that.
Yeah.
Just for the experience, because
thought about
not for the schooling.
But you
or
hate-
anything,
you hate being in
just for the
school
parties, you
I know.
know.
Okay.
I thought about that too before. Not as a regret for me, but like I would have been cool to have gone to college and
You
just.
think so?
I don't know. Just
to experience.
But then maybe
it,
I
you
wouldn't
know?
be right here in this moment with you guys. Maybe
you
I would
probably
never.
would not be.
No.
You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
because after my dad died, my uncle was pressuring my mom to put us in to go to the military. All three boys,
Oh
take them to
my
the Navy,
God,
take them
if
to the
you
Navy. They need to go to military school, all this shit. And that was like almost a moment. I was like, imagine if that happened, I might never have found hardcore.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or
Yeah.
gone to college and like,
Yep.
I don't know, man.
I'm
Woulda,
sure
coulda,
it'd be a
shoulda, I guess.
Completely different life.
Yeah.
But
Did you go to college?
No, I did not. I did not.
Do you regret not going to college?
No.
Yeah.
It would have been a waste of
Yeah.
money.
Oh, it definitely would have been. It would have been a total waste of money.
I mean,
but it would have been a lot of fun.
It would have
Yeah,
been
you want to go
obvious.
party and
I want to
hang
go
with the
hang
ladies?
out.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, it would be nice
Be social.
to go. I mean, I would definitely not be in the partying aspect, but I don't know. I think when I was out of high school, I was just like I already knew exactly where I wanted to go.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And it didn't involve being in a classroom. You know,
No, I
in
hear
that
that.
setting.
I
You know,
hear that.
just having like lesson plans and homework and quizzes and things
Yeah.
like that. I was just like, no.
Also, you have another skill. You went to barber school.
Oh,
you
yeah.
were cutting hairs, hardcore haircuts,
Nice.
NYHC,
Yeah.
which I thought was so
New
fucking
York
genius.
haircuts, yeah.
New York haircuts.
Wow.
That was so sick.
Yeah,
What,
that's-
what
that is
inspired? What
sick.
inspired that?
You know what? To be honest with you, at the time I was dating a girl, and she was like,
She was a hairdresser.
"You know, you can't do music forever, and like, what else are you gonna do besides?" She's like, "You're only making so much money. Like, you need." And she was right. I needed something else. You know what I mean? I always kind of wanted to do barber. I don't know, whatever. It was just something I tried. I needed to make more money. That's for sure.
Yeah.
You know, so I did that for a little bit, but when I moved to Jersey, only a couple of years later, after I was working, got my barber's license, I moved to Jersey, and I wasn't allowed to cut hair in Jersey because I didn't have a license there.
Each state
would've-
is different.
Yeah, it would have cost me like $4,000, and I would have had to go to school for 4 months. I was like, well, first of all, I'm touring, so that's not going to happen.
You weren't doing cuts out of your garage or anything?
Yeah, that's what I did. That's what I
On
was
the black
doing for a
market
while.
haircuts.
Yeah, so I still do it every now
You
and
still
again.
doing haircuts?
No, not really, but I have a friend of mine that'll come over every now and
Would you
again.
cut your own hair and give it fade
I
back
used to,
then?
yeah, and
Wow.
I would even fade my own hair. Like
It's hard.
Learn how to do it eventually.
How long do you have to go to barber school for?
In New York City, it wasn't that long. I forget how long it was.
Did you enjoy it?
It was cool.
Yeah.
It was cool. I liked it. I didn't hate it.
And you worked at like a regular barber shop in New York?
Well, yeah, I was actually working at the chop shop.
Okay, the chop
Cool.
shop. Yeah.
You know, that was
Shout out
a
to
cool
Mike.
place.
Yeah.
Mike was cool. He hooked me up. And then Joe Rubino from Tension.
I remember Tension, yeah.
Yeah, and then he's his band Ice Cold Killers now.
Yeah.
Joe had a barber shop in Long Island. He's like, "Why don't you come out? I'll really teach you how to cut hair because you don't learn how to cut hair in barber school. They just teach you how to pass the test."
Mm-hmm.
So, but he really showed me how to cut hair. So
Did you have some crazy fuck ups in the beginning?
I've never really fucked up anybody bad where it was like terrible.
Were you practicing on friends?
Yeah, practicing on friends, and like I would like do it like a haircut, and they would clean up anything I didn't do right.
Yeah, yeah.
Learn. But I actually never fucked up anybody bad.
Nice.
The one thing I know I did that was really fucking wild. Like Stigma's like I still feel it to this day. When I was straight razor shaves. I gave him straight razor shave, and I guess on his chin I really kind of fucking got him.
Right.
But I didn't cut him bad because he just I don't know. He's like whatever. He's like at times I still feel it.
That's crazy to learn how to do that with a razor on someone's face.
I haven't done one in a long time, but I learned how to do it. I got good at it.
I still love getting straight razor shaves.
You liked it?
Bro.
Yeah.
Those are intense.
I didn't like them.
Really?
No, I kind of like a sensitive skin.
Okay.
And every time I did it, I hated it.
Are you a sensitive person?
No. I'm an agnostic front. You can't.
Are you an emotional person? No.
Not really. No.
You gotta keep,
I have my moments.
You keep things inside, kind of. Don't express your emotions. Maybe through art. Maybe through art.
I express my emotions. Yeah. I do. I mean,
you seem like a guy that cries watching like a movie.
But
with a kid.
but I have no problem crying.
You ever watch kids' movies with your kid? Like
I cry my eyes out a lot of times.
Nemo and all that shit.
Yeah, I cry my eyes out. Okay. I cry sometimes. I have my moments.
You're a human being, dude.
Yeah, I definitely. Like, sometimes I'll be watching like a movie, like, why am I crying right now? I'm not crying, but you're tearing a little bit.
You're not the only person.
But,
of course.
You get a real tear jerker.
Like, there's something wrong with me.
I'm trying to think.
Some of those kids' movies are like death. This is crazy movies.
I forgot what movie. I remember me and my wife went to go see. I gotta ask her later. But I was like in the movie theater, and I was like trying to hold it in.
I've done that too, dude.
Like, wow, man, E.T. was a fucking
let's fucking go.
E.T. was
when he was in the river, all ashy and all white.
I was losing it,
bro. I still cry to that movie, dude.
My wife won't watch it.
Is that your favorite movie?
No,
one of them.
It was when I was a kid,
bro.
What was my favorite?
I got a
movie?
gift for him after this. I can't wait.
What was my favorite movie?
Bro, E.T. when he's dying was brutal. And him and Elliot are touching fingers. Goes,
Oh.
don't go, dude.
Everybody was bawling in the theater. With
it was bad.
Everyone
I remember
was.
my dad took me to see that.
If you watch it now, you probably feel the same way, though.
Yeah, I've watched it with my daughter. She likes it.
Do you try to keep it in front of her?
Well, I don't cry. I mean, I don't cry anymore because I know he lives.
It's fake, but yeah.
But like.
Damn.
E.T. was a fucking tearjerker.
Are you a big movie head?
No.
Okay.
The only reason why I'll hang out and watch movies and some stuff is just to hang out with my wife.
Yeah.
But I don't really like TV anymore. Unless, actually, that's a lie. I watch a lot of combat sports, boxing, MMA. Like, I love it. I love it a lot. That's the only thing. But I don't know. Hollywood today is just like, I don't know. It's all bullshit.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's always a good movie here and there that'll come out, but I haven't seen anything in a long time. Everything's a remake. I mean, honestly, what's the last movie that was really good that you've seen? That was like new. I mean, I just saw the
Leonardo DiCaprio movie.
Did you like it?
It was incredible.
Yeah, I like to see
Scorsese won 3.5 hours. It was fucking
really
non-stop acting. Like Lego's got to get an award. And I didn't like The Irishman.
I didn't.
Shit bummed me out. I was so overhyped about it. And the CGI and people and making De Niro young. You remember that movie?
Yeah,
of course.
It was like ridiculous. He was kicking the guy. I was like, come on.
Same with the Sopranos movie. That bummed me out too. Are you a Sopranos fan?
Yeah, and I saw the movie and it was just like, it was okay, right?
Yeah.
It was like,
But being like an Italian and watching these movies like that.
it wasn't good.
Okay, Goodfellas.
Oh God,
best.
You know what? I was just watching. I was
best
telling
movie.
you about
insane.
Just watching all the Godfathers.
Yes,
they're insane.
And I was just like, wait a minute. I think it's in Godfather, the first one. Might have been the second. Where is it? I think it's the second one. And they go in the bar, and I was like, dude, that's fucking Vazax. I was like, that's 7B.
Yeah.
And I was just
right?
as soon as they walk in, I was like, I know the space so well, man. I spent too much time there, and I was like, dude. That's
the
it.
place in the movie?
It's a historical fucking landmark.
Even that diner in Queens too, though, right? Like, yeah.
Oh, the Jackson Hole.
Yeah.
From Goodfellas.
You been there?
Goodfellas. Yeah.
Oh, sorry, Goodfellas.
Yeah.
Damn.
But I mean, I'm a big Scorsese fan for sure.
Incredible, man. His eyebrows are ill too.
Oh,
He
got me beat, I think.
Yeah,
I
he
was
might
just
have
like-
you beat.
Yours would be like that when you get older and they get gray.
Yeah, when they get like, that's like weird because it's funny. I got these couple of grays in it, and I always gotta like pluck out.
Oh, my
you
wife
know?
does it too.
Yeah, it's like wild. There's two that grow in the same spot. I try to pluck them out.
Well, I'm fucking
Can't fight
psyched.
it.
I'm psyched to see you guys tomorrow, man. I'm really
Yeah,
excited,
man.
man. It's
So
gonna be a really great
play.
show, dude.
Yeah, I mean they flew us out for this one show.
Wow.
We weren't gonna do it, but we were like, how can you turn it down? But it's tough to fly out here for one show.
Yeah,
It
of
is,
course.
man.
But we were like, fuck it, let's do it.
It's gonna be dope. We just played with Suicidal, and they're
they're
so
great.
fun. They're so tight.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
I already have friends like writing me like I'm gonna see them in Brazil. In Sao
Oh
Paulo.
yes.
Agnostic Front.
Yeah.
I can't
Dope.
wait for that.
Yeah.
You guys
we
crush it over there, man.
We haven't been there in a long time.
So
Same.
what you're doing all of South
like 8
America,
years.
right? Wow,
8
that
years,
long.
damn.
8 years since we've been there. Yeah.
Wow.
So you're doing all of South America.
Yeah, we're doing Chile,
Nice.
Argentina,
Mm-hmm.
Sao Paulo.
Sao Paulo. Only one show in Brazil.
I think, yeah, you know what? Let's look at it. I want to see exactly where we're going because, like, man, I'm just like,
Wow, it's been 8 years. People are
yeah,
gonna be
it's been a
pumped.
long
I'm
time.
gonna get Gallo a gift real quick.
Okay.
It's been a really long time. So South America is, 2 shows in Brazil,
And Sao Paulo and maybe
Sao Paulo
Rio?
and Caterpillar.
Oh, okay.
You would know this, Wiz.
Let me take a look. Oh, God,
First
I need
date.
my glasses. Piracicaba. Yeah.
So I don't even know where that is. I'm not sure if I've even been there before.
Yeah. I don't think you would remember, but
Yeah, I don't remember much anyway. But then there's Argentina and Chile and then Colombia is the last one.
nice. Colombia. You like touring South America,
Yeah, it's a different vibe there. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Obviously, you know.
right?
It's wild.
I
there.
love going to
That-
hardcore shows in Brazil.
Oh, dude.
It's
because
in-
it's a
the
whole different
intensity is-
right? But
because
hardcore shows specifically, because I've seen enough like metal shows.
Well, I guess that there's probably not that many hardcore shows that happen.
Exactly. That's
So
why
when
it's
they
like,
get,
oh,
I have
Yeah.
a great. This is amazing. So,
Let me give you a gift first.
oh, get out of here! That's insane.
I had to find somebody who'd appreciate it as much as I do.
I love it.
You got some ET
That's
socks.
amazing.
Childhoods.
You've always given me great socks over the years.
Okay, thank you.
Sure. I still
No,
have
I
the
got
H2O ones.
Oh,
you
yeah.
always you have a sock connection.
no, he's got the sock connection, man.
He's
for
amazing.
sure.
Thank you so much.
I
course.
gotta look
Love
at
it.
your sock collection. I want to buy something if I need a present for someone.
Okay, I got some.
So
I'm sure.
I think,
My stock.
yeah, your stock.
What's your story?
Oh yeah. So when we played Chile, yes, it was Chile.
Chile, insane.
It's fucking wild over there. It's
I was with you.
Remember when they stole Roger got on stage? By the time he got to the stage, he was in his underwear.
No, the tear gas show. The tall came.
Was that the same show?
That was in Chile.
Yes.
And the people right outside broke the windows.
That was another
and
one.
Tall got a tear gas
That was
tattoo
another
for the
time.
tour.
Wow.
And we were with Agnostic Front. We're playing What Happened. And all of a sudden the lights come on and we can't breathe. And we're tasting shit. We can't see. And there was like, get off stage. And the crowd's going crazy. We get thrown in the back room. And everybody's like trying to wash their faces off. And the crowd's going crazy. And we all end up in the back of the venue that's surrounded by big walls.
Right.
We go in the van. And then they start shaking the van like they want us to keep playing.
Right.
Kids are just chilling, smoking cigarettes. They weren't phased by it. They've been
Right.
through it before. And we were like, we can't even fucking see. There's pictures of Adam like this and taking pictures with people. And then Roger's like, yo, we have to go on. It's going to get worse.
Yes,
So
absolutely.
like,
Yeah.
we all went back and watched Agnostic Front kill it. The next day, it's on the news.
Yeah.
The next day, we woke up. There's a crazy earthquake in Chile.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah. Wow.
But that
When we
show
were doing
is
sound
gnarly.
check. Remember when the building shook?
Yeah,
We
dude.
were like, what the fuck was
But that was like a straight riot, breaking the windows.
Oh, yeah, it was
fucking.
Yeah,
That-
that was another time. That
Okay.
we played. So I think the time before that or after or something like that, like we played, we walked through the crowd. We came out of the van. They escorted us to the backstage, and they went crazy when they saw Roger. I mean, they stripped him of all his clothes.
wow.
He went up there in his socks and underwear. Literally, I swear to God. It's fucking nuts.
Holy shit,
Fucking
really?
crazy. Yeah.
Chile. Man.
Wow.
They're
Chi-chi,
wild
le,
there.
le, le, viva
I think
Chile.
that's the craziest place I've been to.
I
You know,
believe
it's
it.
another
So
wild place.
passionate, though.
Okay, I don't know if this place still exists in Sao Paulo.
Oh boy.
It was in Sao Paulo. It definitely was. Give me a minute. I'll think.
All right.
The Hangar? No, those.
No.
Hanger. Wow, you remember that?
The Hangar's sick. Yeah.
I'm trying to think.
was in a
What was the
crazy
name of the
neighborhood, too.
place? There was a wild place there. It was like really shady.
Hanger was pretty shady.
No, it wasn't called the Hangar. It was called. Why can't I think of this?
Some crazy show
Can't
there,
think
though.
of- No, it wasn't a show. It was a place
Oh.
we went to after hours.
Ah.
It was called.
Hold on.
Now you got to know this.
The Wawa Hut? No, I'm just kidding.
Oh wait. So what type of place was this?
No, it was weird. It was like all these crazy bars and whorehouses.
Oh,
and
Rua Augusta, probably the street.
that might have been the name of the place. It was like
Oh, it's a specific place.
not the place, it was the area.
Okay.
Damn.
There's a name that they have. I gotta look it up.
Shadyville?
Shady place.
Shadyville. Could have been Rua Augusta.
Say
Sounds-
Paulo. I'm gonna find out because we're gonna be at the same promoter.
Okay.
I'm gonna ask him what it was.
Because a lot has changed since
Oh, I'm
then.
sure. I don't even
Yeah.
know if this place even exists over there anymore.
Did William from Columbia bring you out? You guys been to Columbia?
Was it Matthias? Maybe.
Aren't you guys
Oh,
playing that big?
Matthias, yeah.
Aren't you guys playing that big thing in Columbia on this run? That big outdoor festival?
I believe so.
We played that. He hit me up about you guys through the text. My boy William is booking you guys there. He take care of you. You're
Is it
playing
a
this
Rock in
huge
the
festival.
Park?
Yeah.
Villa Mimosa.
Villa Mimosa. Okay.
Have you ever heard of it?
I haven't.
Really?
Yeah.
It's fuck.
But I'm
I
sure
think
I
it was
know.
called Villa Mimosa.
Okay.
It was.
Not Villa Madalena.
It was wild night.
Maybe it was called that. Was it a while?
It's wild.
It was crazy.
I mean,
There was like whore. I mean, I didn't go in because it was just fucking weird. It was like whorehouses.
Wow.
Scene also. It looked like a scene from Mad Max.
Yeah. Yeah.
What was the name of it? You called the name it was called?
Villa Madalena. But
Maybe that was it.
yeah.
Damn.
I mean, there's so many. Yeah.
It was
I mean,
something
people
like
to
Villa Mama,
party.
something like that. You know.
People love the party there.
It was.
so
It was like
Sao
we've seen some
Paulo's-
freaks there. Like I mean,
Damn.
like really like insane shit. Like people like 3 eyes and shit. I mean really crazy shit. I mean like some really whacked out shit.
The Rock in the Park thing you're playing is epic. The show you guys.
Oh,
coming-
yeah,
Oh, we did it before. It's a
looking forward.
massive crowd. It's a free show for the city. It's fucking.
Yeah, Roger was telling me about it.
Dude.
It's a free show. Yeah.
It was one of the great. Yeah, it's so sick. It's
a
a really
great
good show,
festival.
man. I love South America.
Oh yeah.
And then next year you guys are back to Europe and stuff.
Yeah, I think we go back in June. We're supposed to write a record.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
So we're in slowly doing that.
That's good,
But
yeah.
like I said, I'm finally feel back into the mode of
Good,
actually
man.
doing it again. So I'm pretty excited on that. You know, just before I came out here, I wrote a song. I'm actually like excited about it. It's like,
Nice,
finally, you know, you write something and you sing it in your head, and
Yeah.
you know
Yeah.
it's it's got to be good. If it's sticking
Yeah,
with
you guys have really catchy, awesome songs, man.
Yeah.
I mean, some of the greatest songs we have for like way later too. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
I mean, we still keep putting out good music. I think.
Yeah, you
know?
really
There's
do,
always
man.
a good couple's hits off of each record.
and catchy
you know?
songs that stick in your head, dude. Like,
Yeah, like Old New York and My Life, My Way, and
yeah, man,
it's just
it's awesome,
keeping
man.
it going.
Yeah, I'm really excited. You look young. You look great, dude. You look
Thank
good,
you,
man.
thank
Yeah,
you.
you look good.
Thank you, man. I
You,
appreciate
know,
it.
you climb
all
up to
guys
50
do.
right now.
Yeah, I mean, just like I said, looking at that meme, like
Right.
Archie Bunker, 48 years old. Like, I was like,
That's
I know I
fucking-
don't look like that.
You look crazy. You look crazy. You look crazy old back then.
Yeah.
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 Damn. And people can buy your art. Is there a website or just go through social media?
I mean, the easiest place to find me is on Instagram, Mike Gallo 1975. And then there's a link to my web store from there.
Yeah.
It's Gallo Originals.
You ship worldwide. You do customs.
yeah,
You
I
do
do.
one-offs. You do everything.
Yeah. I do a lot of commissions. A lot of people
Oh,
say,
great.
hey, I've done so many crazy different commissions. Like, hey, I want this and this and like my dog or like family.
Is there stuff you won't do that might be way too crazy out of your world? Or?
I mean, it depends,
Yeah.
I mean, like it really kind of depends. I mean, I think people see my style.
Yeah.
And they're like, can you
Right.
do something in this style
Right.
Yeah.
of what you do, But there's definitely a lot of stuff like I'm not like a fine artist by
Yeah.
any means. Not like
Yeah, I was doing the custom Vans.
Oh,
and I'll
yeah.
probably bring it back for Christmas, but it's
Why
only
not?
just H2O theme. But then some people were like, hey, here's a picture of my dog.
Yeah.
Could you draw my dog? And they were back, hey, no,
Yeah.
because this is all I know.
Yeah,
this is all I do.
Yeah,
It's just-
I'm not,
no, I'm not trying to be a jerk. They're asking for.
Why is it jerk? It would be official and original.
I know, but it's like you see what I can do. It's lyrics and art covers.
Yeah.
Oh man,
And I'm not an artist.
You secret
Yeah.
No, I'm like,
messages.
can you do a portrait of my dog? I'm sorry.
Yeah, just
I'll make
I
that
can't
dog
do
look
that.
real
Oh,
bad
man,
if
I
you
would
want.
love to see it.
And I want to ruin your vans that you send me in the mail.
Yeah, totally. I know what you mean.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like some things just like.
Absolutely. I mean, if it's something that I
Have
don't
you seen my
like,
catalog? Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
no,
you seen-
it's great. I think it's cool stuff though.
No, I love doing it. It's really fun. I'm
I'm going to send you secret messages to do like cats and dogs.
Yeah.
I'm like, please, I just want you to do it.
Are you a cat or dog person?
More dog.
Yeah. Same.
We got 3 cats at the house.
Oh, shit. You don't fuck with them?
I don't fuck with them.
Those cats alone, man. They didn't do nothing to you. Come on, man.
They're pretty chill. You don't even
cool.
see them. They're like under
They're
the bed.
cool.
They got fucking hair
Yeah,
everywhere.
They get hair everywhere.
No disrespect to cats, but I love dogs. Yeah.
Yeah, dogs are a little more friendlier. You know what? I've had some experiences as a kid. I got bit by a cat once. And ever
Really?
since
Wow. Really?
Wow.
Yeah.
Aggressive cat.
Yeah. I mean, so I was like, I remember.
You got some PTSD from a cat.
Yeah.
Long time ago,
It seems so.
whenever hooked up with some girl, went back to her apartment, you know, and then she was like, I forget what she was doing. I was my cat, hanging out the cat. I'm petting the cat. Turned my head, yow, bit my hand. I was like, oh my fucking God, what the fuck?
Wow.
Bit me. I was bleeding.
You can't blame him. You're some
I was
dude.
just petting it. Well, yeah, I know, but you don't bite me. I'm friendly.
Did you have cats growing up?
No.
I had one cat, man.
You did?
Station wagon, yeah. She was a rescue, yeah.
Oh,
Me and Moon had her, yeah, in New York.
station wagon.
Yeah.
It's still.
But mostly dogs, Puddles. I had a bunch of cool
Yeah.
dogs growing up. But
I'm more of a dog guy. I mean, you know, dogs are cool. Some of them are cool.
are you still getting tattooed?
I haven't got tattooed in a long time.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
Do you care about it anymore? Getting more or anything or no?
I actually do. I think I want to get my head done since I have no more hair.
Yeah, fuck it. Let's
Like,
go.
why not, right?
Stigma's doing it.
Yeah,
Fuck.
I mean, just because
The whole
like,
head?
if I do it, I would probably go all out and
All
do the
out.
whole thing. I'd like to. I just don't know what I want. I've been kind
It's
of
a
like
serious-
looking.
It's a serious commitment.
Yeah,
because
it's a commitment.
It could be abrasive.
It
Depends
could
who
be.
can pull it off. Like, I have my whole shit, but I still keep as much hair I can afford to have on there.
We still have hair.
Yeah, but
You're
like,
lucky.
it's like Travis pulls it off good. Skinhead Rob, like a lot of people I know that
Yeah.
have it, they pull
Yeah.
it off. Like, you got to make sure it's. And what's cool about it, you can create your own new hairline in the front.
That's what I need. That's
what I'm
that's
saying?
the whole idea.
No, you can do that.
You ever
People
see
do
those
that.
people that do it with the dots?
Yo,
That's
it's gnarly.
wild.
That's wild.
Come on.
You know, I'm so crazy, and I hate the fact that I'm bald because I'm just like, I'm just a little vain, you know?
Still?
Yeah.
It still bothers you?
Still bothers me.
Wow.
Damn, you're fucking 48.
I know, but it's just like, it's just weird.
Did you ever think
know?
about getting the implants?
Mad people doing that now.
If
Because that shit
Mad
works.
people.
If
It works.
If I could afford it,
Right.
I would do
We're
it.
gonna talk off the pod. I know some people. I know some people who
You
did
got a
it.
guy?
And if you're-
He's
I got a guy.
All I know is that in America it's 20,000. In Europe it's 8,000.
And if you go to
Wow.
Turkey, it's even cheaper.
And I'm gonna name a couple of people off the pod too that have it. You can bug out
Oh yeah, you would never.
You never know.
Yeah,
You'll
you
never
never
know.
because they
No.
take it from the back and they
Yeah.
put it right in the front and it just grows. That's it, dude.
Wow.
There's no scarring.
Yeah, and it works. It's your
Either-
own. It's your
either
own
that
hair.
or getting tattattooed.
It's your own
Yeah.
hair, and it's your own hair.
It's either that or getting a
Right.
tattoo up to here and like get your own, create your own shit.
Yeah. We'll see what
Because
happens.
but then you always rock hats though.
Always wear
I just saw Roger for the first time at the Niagara show wearing no.
Oh, yeah, it was...
That was sick. With like he always has a hat on, no bandana, playing with Stigma. That was cool.
Yeah.
Because he had a good head. Looks good.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
He lasered his shit off though,
He did. He lasered it off.
which is gnarly. Because I get lasered. That shit hurts. Like
right?
shit. Yeah.
And he got done on his head. He's got like 2 more sittings to do it. It'll all be off.
But it looks great.
I guess he got like horrible tattoos on his head and shit. He was like, ah.
Skins.
This is
Cla-
crazy
but very
shit.
classic tats though.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
So he wanted to get rid of him. I'm like, all right, whatever.
What would you get on yours?
It's not true.
That's just the thing. I don't know.
I love the web, but Tim's got the web.
I know
hard.
everybody's- the web is hard, but everyone's kind of got it.
I
You know?
know.
I don't know. Like I was thinking, the web is kind of cool because it kind of you could do like a web hairline type
course,
thing.
bro.
You know what I mean? Like,
Oh my God.
It all goes back to the hairline, no matter what.
White
Oh, yeah.
hairline.
but like I don't really know what I want. I've actually been searching it because I was really thinking about getting
Yeah.
it done, but I have no idea what I would want. I don't know.
Rose is kind of hard and some shit. Banners.
Roses are nice. My daughter's name Rose. My mom's name is Rose. That's not a bad idea actually. Maybe get like a fucking.
I got rose on both sides.
Head of roses.
I got rose on both sides of my head.
Roses.
I got both on side. I like roses. You could put a banner or something there. Like,
yeah, something like that.
would you get color on your head or just black?
No, I would like to do like a nice whole colored thing.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, I would like to do something.
I bet you still wear a hat for some reason. Even
I
if you got it
probably
down.
was so used to wear. I feel naked without a hat.
I wore a hat my whole life too.
I always wear a hat. You know?
I don't think wearing a hat your whole life was even good for hairlines.
Probably not.
No.
But I just think, my grandfather was bald.
Me
Both
too.
of them were, so it's like.
Actually, my grandfather died of he had a widow's peak like me. I always had this crazy
right.
hairline my whole life. Yeah, like he always had like a widow's peak.
Yeah. Technology is here now.
You can grow. He grew his hair out, dude. Real quick, last thing, because he's always shaved his head bald. I'm like, yo, grow your shit out. It's the pandemic. Sepultura's not playing.
Yeah.
Yo, Derek grew out this curly little fro. Then he had like a high top. It was so
He
sick.
should have did like a fudge top.
And then he went and played a show with hair.
Right.
People are like, what the
And then
fuck?
I had like a high top fade.
Yeah.
Like for like a
Like
minute.
a kid in play.
Yeah. For like a
I
minute.
love those.
And then I was just
I used to love cutting those. Because I was kind of good with it. Because that was kind of like you got to
Nice.
just shape
Yeah.
it. I was really good at those.
They have crazy barbers in Brazil. I went to one
bet.
like downtown. I was like, what is going on? They were just like crazy shave and everything.
Well, the barber thing
Lined
got
up.
popular.
Yeah, lined up.
You
yeah.
line people up and shit.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they were doing all sorts of shit. Like,
People that get lined up in the front can afford to get lined up in the front because what you're basically doing is you're pushing them even more back and lining it, right?
Yeah.
We can't do that. I want to line up forward, like how Freddie and Hoy have hairlines that
Yeah.
go forward.
I know.
This shit's like right
They
here,
gotta cut
dude.
it
So
down.
jealous of their hairlines, bro.
I
This
know.
This shit ain't never
Eddie
going
Munster.
anywhere.
Well, no way.
But when you line up, you're actually pushing your shit up. Like
Yeah.
I don't.
It was weird. It took me a while to kind of learn how to get that good. Because I was always scared to dig into it too much, you know?
right.
Like,
It's
That's
an
such a-
art, man. I
No,
have
it's
respect for it. When you're
yeah.
talented at that, it's
There's some dudes
you
out
know
there
you
that
will
are
just
nasty.
always go back to that bar.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
it's
Oh,
like
yeah. Like,
you
I
get
got,
your clientele. It's set and
doing
stone.
designs in the back of your head and shit.
yeah, I was a good white boy barber.
Yeah,
Yeah.
nice.
I was. So, like, you know, like some guy
Right.
coming for a skin fade, I'm like, fuck. You know, I can pull it off. I do it right. It's hard to do a skin fade.
Yeah.
It's hard to really
Right.
rock it to get
Yeah.
it. It's an art to
gradual,
it.
yeah.
I mean, I eventually learned how to do it decent enough where I could pull it off. But like, I was definitely good at like just doing like your type of hair.
Yeah.
I rock your hair. I still could do good hair like that. I do. Yeah,
Awesome.
Like, short
With-
hair.
in the Clippers, I mean, aren't there technological advances where it makes it easier to do a fade? I don't know. I know nothing about the industry.
I think there's.
I would think there would be something.
But
like,
there's definitely not like a machine that just does that. You have
Okay.
to. You have to
Right.
do it.
I see.
Blending it in right.
All right.
There's like a. It's an
There's a-
art to it.
okay.
There's there's
Now
a
you got-
skill to that.
Now my dude's got a couple things he's pulling out.
I've seen him. Yeah,
Oh,
Angel. Right?
Yeah, like neck hair and then that. I love
Yeah.
the hot towel.
I like that.
Hot towel's nice.
Angel is dope.
You know what I do now when I go? I have him, because I am getting old, I have him trim my eyebrows, sometimes my nose hair. I'm like,
Oh,
fuck
yeah.
it, let's go for it.
I-
Your ears and shit.
I
is
just
crazy.
paid $250 to get my ears. I have to go back like 5 more times to get it.
5 more
It's a
times?
time like, where they zap it out.
What?
What do you
Yeah.
mean? You just paid $250 to get your...
Yeah, because my ears, I'm Italian. I'm a hairy guinea. What do you want? Yeah. So it's a lot of keep up. I've always got hair coming out of my ears.
How'd it feel?
It's weird. It doesn't hurt, but it's like a weird
Why
feeling.
5 times?
I don't know. I guess it has to. They have to do it. I guess they kind of like almost burn it out, or some sort of thing like that. I don't know. But you got to go back like 5 or
Did you
6
pay
times.
that price every time?
No. It's
I was
going
going
to
to say, I'm
thing.
trying to
Yeah.
fucking jerky on that
So I
shit.
said,
Yeah.
I said
Fuck that shit.
$250 to get rid of my ear hair. Yeah, why not?
For life.
Supposedly, yeah.
Oh, for life.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah. I
all
think
right.
Does
they
it
said
get
it
thicker?
doesn't
Does
come
it
back.
get
They
thick?
said with women, it's different with women that comes back. But I said with men, I guess I don't know where
Does
it
it
is.
get thicker in there? Thick hair?
In my ear? Oh, forget it. It's like my eyebrows growing into my ears.
Do you trim those? You trim those monthly?
Yeah, you have to keep up with them.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, look
that
at
was
these
a
things.
huge thing in Brazil, like thick eyebrows.
think
Dude, they could
Eyebrows,
take
yeah.
his. They could take his eyebrows and put them on.
That's
his
what I
head.
was going to say before. They could,
Yeah.
Dude, have a thick...
But what you would do is you can grow your sides out, right?
Yeah.
That's
well,
what
Oh, yeah, that's
if
where
you
they
got the
get it.
surgery, they would do that. They'd do that, grow it out, and do that.
yeah, I get the
It's
size.
legit.
It's just the top.
really,
yeah.
really works.
It's like how bad you really want the hair back. You know what I'm saying? 20
Right.
G's or
I mean,
8 G's.
Oh,
Right?
I just, let's put this, if I had the fucking money, but I'm broke, so it's not gonna happen.
I remember your
Let's get
slick
somebody to
back. I remember
tattoo
your
it.
hair, dude.
Yeah, I
I had
remember
nice, I always
very
had
well.
nice hair. I had a good head of hair.
Yeah.
Fuck hair. Fuck it all.
I'm surprised. Yeah.
New
You got a
York
wife
hair?
that loves you, cares.
Oh, yeah, it doesn't matter. Yeah.
You have a great smile.
Yeah, that's all. It's good
You
enough.
have good teeth, dude.
I do. Never had braces.
Those are all real teeth?
All real.
Wow.
Damn.
Real
You ever,
chocolate.
you ever
Never-
get cavities and shit?
I've
You look like you
had.
floss. You look like you got good teeth.
Oh, yeah, if you got to floss, you know. I have a friend of
Those
mine
are
that doesn't
great.
floss. I'm not going to mention his name.
But those are great teeth for having a mic smack into you fucking for
No,
10,
I've
20
had that
years.
happen a couple times. But
Oh,
I never.
man.
Yeah, I've never.
Punk rock teeth, they call it.
Yeah, but I've.
Damn, you shit's fire, bro.
Right.
It's like
No-
super straight.
And
Jesus.
good gums, too.
You got my dentist is like, you got teeth like rocks. He's like, you're lucky.
Hey.
Sometimes it's genetics, too, man.
Yeah, I guess so. Because
Definitely.
my brother, my father got horrible teeth.
And now it's
Horrible.
also, what you're eating as well, too, right?
I
To a
don't know.
degree. Are you
Do
a
we-
lot of sugar guy?
Do we eat a lot of sugar? Yeah. I eat a little bit of everything.
You love pizza?
I love pizza. I love pizza. For sure.
So we have to get you to Laguna Beach now. Okay, that's
Yeah,
where you're
yeah.
staying. This guy's living the fucking bougie life. in
I
Laguna
know.
Beach
Hey,
tonight.
I don't know. I guess they got a cheap
Hey.
hotel over there, 20
Okay.
minutes from the venue.
Nice. Yeah.
So it was just like,
I really appreciate you coming here again.
Yeah,
doing this. We fucking
I love
did
it, man. It's
This
great
is so
to see you,
fun.
brother,
Glad you
you
were
know?
here, Derek.
Yeah. Thanks for
Chappelle's
having
his
me.
eyes doing stand up tonight. He'll be at the show.
Oh, yeah?
He'll be at the
Oh,
show
cool.
tomorrow. Yeah.
Oh, good.
Well, we're glad we got to cover all this again and
Yeah,
catch
it's
up
awesome,
with you.
man.
This
I
is
love
definitely
it.
coming out soon. Fucking, I'm going to save it correctly right now. But yeah, I appreciate you, Gallo, man. Thank you.
Thank
for
you,
being
brother.
here.
Yeah, it's
Thank
it's
you,
always,
D-Block.
always great to
Word.
be
Any more
here.
questions
Yeah,
for
great
this young
to see
man?
you.
I'll talk to him off the mic.
Oh,
But I don't have any questions.
About the hair shit or no?
No, I'm not going to push it.
We're
Hair
gonna
pusher.
We know some people that are fucking obsessed with hairlines. Obsessed.
Oh, yeah. This
Shout out to
Craig
Satari.
Satari.
He's got a whole group
He got a
chat.
group chat. I'm in the group chat.
That who should shave their head and who
committee.
shouldn't,
Yes.
who's losing, who
Oh,
isn't.
yeah. Who's
You
losing
guys.
it? Oh, it's brutal.
Hair
Brutal.
haters, man.
Brutal.
Yeah.
Envious, man.
Yeah.
But Craig's very proud of me that I shaved my head now.
Because it's
Shout
not
out
just
to
him.
Craig
He's going to
Satari.
got more friends.
Misery
and shit
loves
down.
company. You know?
It's such a weird interest. Obsessed with people's hairlines.
Yes.
We love you, Satari.
Oh, it's the best.
All right, peace, everybody.
All
Thanks
right.
for listening.
Thank you.
Bye. I always ask my guests if they have any regrets. I personally don't have any regrets. Even when it comes to my tattoos, I have the silliest tattoos. Even my ET on my leg, it's still a childhood memory for me, and I love it. I've had tattoos on top of tattoos strictly because I wanted more tattoos. I started getting tattoos when I was 18. I'm 52 now, and I can't stop. I've had laser treatment before on something on my arm. It's 4 tattoos on top of each other. And that experience at that place was pretty fast. It was pretty cold. It was in and out, swiped the credit card. Don't really tell me much, didn't give me much details or anything was going to happen. So I never went back. So as of most recently, I'm so lucky enough to have had 2 sessions at Removery Tattoo Removal. My tattoo on my arm that looks like a big black blob is now super light. I've had 2 sessions. I have a long road ahead of me. None of this stuff happens overnight. You cannot take a tattoo up in one sitting. You have to be patient. And it's painful. They ice you up. It's super fast. To me, it felt like a bunch of rubber bands. But what's more painful than that is looking at something on your body that you think you're stuck with for the rest of your life. That sucks. But now for me, I'm really happy I started this journey. I'm slowly going to get this tattoo removed. I never thought in a million years I have any kind of real estate on my arm. I don't even know what I want, but it's exciting. I'm so honored to announce that One Life One Chance podcast is now with Removery. I have a code. Use TobyH20 and get $100 off your first session. Call 866-934-4570 or go to removery.com. One of the most experienced tattoo removal companies in the world. Over 600,000 removal treatments done. 100 locations. US, Canada, and Australia. State-of-the-art peak-away laser technology. Cryotechnology to reduce any discomfort. This is so exciting for me because all I do in these podcasts is talk about tattoos. From day one, if you've been listening to this podcast, we talk about tattoos, talk about getting removed, talk about getting covered up. So this is such a perfect fit for me. Once again, go to removery.com or call 866-934-4570. Use my code TobyH20 and get $100 off. These guys are located everywhere. Try it out.